1, 3, ITV1, ITV News Calendar, 1320 to 1330, DTV Terrestrial.
You could have better hearing in just a week. Boots, with you for life.
Volume 15.
Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to ITV News and the calendar lunchtime update. Investigators say that two ships that collided in the North Sea last month didn't have dedicated lookouts at the time. The marine accident...
Volume 13.
Immaculate and Solon collided. One sailor is missing and presumed dead following the incident. The ship captain has been...
Volume 15.
A 15-year-old boy who...
Models. 3. ITV1. ITV News Calendar. 13:22.
Head towards dawn. Freshener start. Plenty of blue sky after morning mist. Lift very quickly first thing. And it may be even a notch up in that tomorrow, 17 or 18. Take care.
TUI sponsors ITV Yorkshire Weather.
And that's all for now, but I'll be back with Laura for calendar tonight at 6. See you then. Bye for now.
Our Easter sale is on now at Furniture Village. Like an extra £300 off Hypnos beds, and that's on top of sale prices. So come in store to find out why we've been voted Bed Retailer of the Year. Don't miss Easter offers in the Furniture Village sale.
The sea is a force like no other, but there is a stronger one, a force for good, a force that can face the waves and save lives when all seems lost, but it's only powerful enough if you are part of it. Join as an RNLI member today, and you'll be sending more than a monthly gift. You'll be sending hope to those who have none left. You'll be sending courage to the volunteers launching into the toughest conditions, just as they have for 200 years. You'll receive a special welcome pack and regular updates on how you're helping to save lives. Search RNLI member now.
At NFU Mutual, our quality car insurance can be relied on. You can claim with confidence, as we pay out on 99% of claims with no quibble. And you don't lose your no claims discount if you're hit by an uninsured driver. You're covered if you break down, plus we reward loyalty by giving a saving on your renewal. We do all this so you can enjoy the more important things. For quality car insurance you can rely on, join NFU Mutual today.
Before you know it. So make the most of every minute with a Merlin annual pass. The epic family memories at the UK's top attractions. Sale now on.
Oh, Dave. Legs aching again.
What's your secret? Pills. Weird celebrity massage.
By ear. It's Revitive.
The Revitive Circulation Booster gets your leg muscles pumping, relieves aches, pains, cramps, and reduces swelling. And it's drug-free. And Dave's back in the game.
Looks like my secret's out.
Try Revitive, the best kept secret for aching legs. Visit revitive.com.
Protect your dog from fleas and ticks for 1 month with an easy-to-give chewable tablet. Front Pro from the makers of Frontline, because nothing should come between you.
I love that just wash freshness, a light scent that's like a soft twist. But I need it to last through my day. That's why I love Silk Tree Blossom and Jasmine. It's the scent in Fairy's new Dream Team. Pods, softener, and matching scent boosters. It's so soft on my sensitive skin and gives whispers of freshness. Right till the last hug of the day. Try the new Fairy Dream Team for mild freshness that lasts. Always keep out of reach of children.
Transform hard chairs and surfaces into comfy seats with Soft Sitter from JML. The lightweight and portable gel cushion that helps provide all-day comfort and support no matter where you sit. Its clever hexagonal honeycomb construction cushions, distributes and supports your weight. And its breathable design allows air to circulate, helping to keep you cool. Perfect for all types of seats or as a kneeling pad. Get the comfort and support you need with Soft Sitter. Only $14.99 from Asda, Argos, Morrison's, Tesco and JMLdirect.com.
Broken doors, scratch worktops. Looks like you need a kitchen makeover from Jones Doors. Our quartz overlays come in a range of colours and slot over your existing worktops.
for a quick and hassle-free installation, usually within a couple of days. Choose from our range of drawers for a complete kitchen transformation, and you won't even need to empty the cupboards. Get in touch with our experts today and ask about our interest-free finance.
Now on ITV1, Ed Chamberlain presents coverage of 6 races on the opening day of the 2025 Grand National Meeting, as we bring you live ITV Racing.
Yeah, I know. Who do you think he's backing? Well, me, obviously.
He might be short, but your odds aren't.
Paddy Power, proud sponsors of racing on ITV.
These are the 3 days when Liverpool come out to play. Have a great day, everybody. Everyone in there fine. Really looking forward to today. How far have you come? Hey, all the way from Henderson. Enjoy it. Hi, everybody. Hi, how are you? Django Bay, there you go. One of those 4 great ones we start with today. I'm interviewing all sorts of people today. Nice to see you. Have a great time. Hello, morning. Oh, good afternoon, really. Afternoon, everybody. The racing today is so good. Tomorrow is Ladies' Day. Imagine the colour and the fun in the sun tomorrow then. On Grand National Day, the big race is live at 4 o'clock. It is brilliant. It'll go off the station. All you've got is a short hop over there to the grandstands here at A3 in a city that has soul. They love their sport. The Reds are happier than the Blues after last night. They love their music, their culture, their history, and poetry.
There's a question for you. What is Liverpool famous for? Well, when I was growing up, it's comedians.
When a baby's born in Liverpool, they hold him up by one leg. If he goes red, he's a Liverpudlian. They drop him, and if he bounces back, he's an Evertonian.
Footballers. The docks, where my dad worked, as well as the gateway to the Atlantic, the Pierhead. And suddenly, it was the 60s. Along came the Beatles, the Scaffold. Who?
Thank you very much. Thank you very, very, very much. Thank you very much for the A3.
Racecourse, thank you very much. Thank you very, very, very much. Thank you very much for the A3 racecourse. But let us not forget that over the last 186 years, what made the city world famous was the Grand National. This morning at break of day, the liver birds flapped their wings up and flew away. An age-old tradition they uphold every year. On Grand National Day, they just disappear. High over the city and heading east over Bootle and Liverland, hither and thither, and before you know, A2 racecourse down below. Flap, flap, and down they go.
The eyes of the world are on A3.
The time's running out. Let's get back to the track. It's starting soon. Everybody's over the moon. Not to mention trainers, bookies, punters, and millions all over the world. While the jockeys are mounting, the nerds are counting. Soon the barrier will be raised, and they'll be away. Blood pumping, hooves thumping. And they're off.
Once again, the Royal Peaches is living up to its reputation. Now into the canal. In the National, it's glorious uncertainty all the way.
The right line on Friday with the buzz off of his goal.
Get ready to raise a glass and propose a toast to the four-legged ghost first past the post.
I can't remember a horse so far ahead.
It's really great. Give it a tiger, and it's Albanese and Bob champion in the lead.
It's Headhunter and moving on.
very, very, very much.
Thank you very much, Roger McGuff, CBE, beautifully describing this special city and venue, which today hosts a serious day's sport. We're showing 6 of the races live for the first time, superstar horses galore, kicking off a meeting in spectacular style that all builds to the big one, the Randox Grand National at 4 o'clock on Saturday. Welcome to Aintree, everybody. Well, it's absolutely glorious, and I'm going to jump into the chair, literally, and join the team. Hi, gang. Sam Quick, welcome to Team ITV Racing on this fabulous day, AP. 12 months ago, we stood here and you said, I want to ride I Am Maximus in the Grand National. What are you thinking 12 months on?
I want to ride him again.
Really?
I think you can do a Tiger Roll, yeah. Been trained for the race, obviously with Willie Mullins. What more do you want? He was a really impressive winner last year, and I think he'll win again.
Back-to-back wins then for I Am Maximus. In a race where they say these fences are easier, this absolutely terrifies me. 2 years ago, it was an uncomfortable watch, the National. Last year, people said it was too comfortable to watch. What are you expecting this time around?
I'm expecting it to be still a true test for horse and rider. I mean, look at the size of this fence then. Would you want to jump it going at the speeds of, what, 30 plus miles an hour? It's going to test every attribute of a jockey and horse, their bravery, their balance, their strength, their stamina. It's the greatest race in the world, and I can guarantee you, I bet it still silences the jockeys 30 minutes before going out there.
You just don't want to end up in here, that's one thing. Right then, Sam, I hope you've enjoyed a warm welcome to the racing family.
Always.
What have you got stored up for us over the next 3 days?
Well, you've certainly got me busy, Ed. Over the next 2 days, I'm going to be well and truly immersing myself into the crowd. So whether that's trackside, we'll be seeing what's on offer when it comes to food, drink, fashion, and of course the betting. This is such a huge few days for when it comes to putting a bit of money on everything. So finding out where the best place is to put your money on, whether at the track, at home, and of course the big one on Saturday, the People's Race, the Grand National. It's a prime opportunity to show how Liverpool and Merseyside come together in the good times, but also the tough times as well. So with that in mind, we'll be going up to Alderhay, seeing the heroics that they do on a daily basis, and also how horse racing actually flows through the community across the festival and beyond. So very busy. And the social stable. Anything could happen, Ed.
We just heard Ollie arriving, actually, the helicopter going over. Right, Ruby and Mick, what a first day we've got. I know this is said to be all about the Grand National, but this is a brilliant day's racing. It includes Lossiemouth against Constitution Hill. All the drama in the Champion Hurdle. What has Constitution Hill done since?
He's done a lot of schooling. He's been away to school, they've done a lot of loose schooling with him. Back to basics almost, just to try and get him to respect those obstacles a little bit more. I think they have him where they want him. It'll be a fascinating clash though. He's a previous winner of the race. I want to see him do it again.
2.5 miles, Ruby. Is that in Lossiemouth's favour more than Constitution?
I think it is. I don't know about more in her favour than his, but I think 2.5 definitely suits her better. And it's the early pace of the race that gives her a better chance to get on her feet, to travel, and then she can use her turn of foot at the end. You saw her at Kempton at Christmas time. She was put off her feet early, but she never really got to compete. So, look, Constitution Hill, he had been getting longer, lower and flatter, and eventually ended up on the floor. So he's going to have to get up back on his hocks and up off the ground. And it'll be a great race.
Oh, it really will. A race to savour later this afternoon. The Grand National on Saturday. 34 horses declared this morning. Brian Gleeson, what's been happening in the betting?
Yes, this betting ring, Ed, will be a hive of activity over the next 3 days, but it's much more relaxing. Oh God, we're live. It's much more relaxing here at Cheltenham, at Aintree, as you can see by me on the hop, than it is at Cheltenham. The big one is the £1 million Randox Grand National on Saturday. I Am Maximus was 7-1 joint favourite last year when he absolutely won, pulling at Cark. He's £8 higher this time round, but I Am Maximus is 9-1. The Randox Grand National. Stumptown currently the favourite for Keith Donoghue at 8-1. 9-1 I Am Maximus. Hewitt, the horse that cost £800, and he's trained by a man who's affectionately known as the Shark. 9-1. Iroko for John Joe O'Neill. 10-1. Fenellier, placed in the race before. 10 to 1 for Sean Flanagan, who's also a qualified pilot. He'll navigate his way around here, no problem. Intense raffles for JJ Slevin and Tom Gibney. Many people that he'll the winner, 11 to 1. Percival Legalwa is 12 to 1 for Mark Walsh, 1 of 5 in the race for JP McManus. Jonathan Burke gets the call up to ride Manila Cooner at 14 to 1. Nico de Boinville is on Highland at 18 to 1. Others to keep an eye on will be Bo Port at 33 to 1 for the Tristan Davis. And what about Rachel? She's won it before in Manila Times in 2021. She's on Manila Indo. Rachel on Manila Indo at 40 to 1. What do you fancy? We'll keep you posted. You've lots of time to pick this year's winner of the Randox Grand National.
You take it easy, Brian. We'll get that upgraded to a sunbed, perhaps for Ladies' Day tomorrow. Here's the lineup this afternoon then. Not often you get 4 Grade 1s in less than 2 hours. Then we've got the Fox Hunters, the Red Rum. Good betting race that. We're on air until 5 o'clock. A couple of horses out. They include Salva on this drying ground, Captain Tommy from the Fox Hunters. And a jockey change with Sean Bowen coming in for the ride on Gibbs Island. And speaking of jockeys, 2 days to go in the David Power Jockeys Cup. It looks like Harry Skelton is home and home. They're going to collect that £500,000. But look at the race for second. Big money at stake. That could change. Nico's got a strong hand today. And prize is all the way down to 10th. We'll tell you about the conditional prize as well, with prize giving on Grand National Day. To add to the mix, 200 grand up for grabs over the next 3 days, and a sweepstake on the National itself. It all kicks off with 50 grand on the ITV7 today, the usual T's and C's, free if you're 18 or over, and it's a 2:20 kickoff for those 7 races where you need to find the winners. And this is our home for the next 3 days. It is bright and breezy, and behind us it looks pretty spectacular. There's a lovely feel around Aintree today. Big crowd today. It'll get even bigger on Ladies' Day tomorrow. Hello. They terrify me, they do. And then the biggest crowd of the lot, of course, on Randox Grand National Day. As Richard Hoyles, we show this Grade 1 Novices Chase for the first time.
Yes, a great start to proceedings, isn't it, Ed? With so many Grade 1s to get us underway. The EBC Group Manifesto Novices Chase, and above average turnout in terms of numbers here. However, it's a contributory factor there being no 2.5 mile novice at the Cheltenham Festival. 1 is Boom Board for Harry and Dan Skelton in the yellow and blue colours. 2 is Croke Park. Beautiful markings on the horse's quarters. Sam Ewing for Gordon Elliott. Number 3, another Irish runner, Facile Mo, now to Danny Mullins for Thomas Mullins, and the colours of Helen Mullins. Number 4 is Gidley Park. Likely race this year after some heart preparation problems. Brian Carr for Harry Fry and the Eyre family. Number 5, very well back today, Empere Pass. In the first time cheek pieces, Paul Town in for Willie Mullins, the double green of Simon Renier and Isaac Swade. Number 6 is Django By, that last gasp success in the Arkle. Nico de Boinville for Nicky Henderson in the red and white colours. Number 7 is Mark of Gold, Cailin Quinn for Gary and Josh Moore. Had a good season, but this is a tougher assignment. Number 8 is Rubo, Harry Cobden for Paul Nichols, winner of the Pendle. Over 2.5 miles at Kempton, proving that he stays the trip. And number 9 is the Grey, the Kaluki Kid, Danny McMenamin for Nicky Richards, Eddie Melville and Kenny Hockey's colours. 9 runners for the EBC Group Manifesto Novice Chase. Sun beating down, really gleaming the horses' coats as they make their way down towards the starting point shortly.
Yes, difference of opinion down here, Richard. Django By and Empere Pass. 2 to 1 each of 2, but just in the last 10 seconds, they've backed Django By into 15 to 8. 2 to 1 Empire Pass. Crow Park 5 to 1, and at 7 to 1, Gidley Park.
And Ruby, with the Arkle winner in the field, are you surprised to see all that money for Empire Pass today?
I was surprised this morning that the market's obviously corrected itself a little bit just of late, but Django By, if only poor Django could tell us what his own name is, but I do think he's the correct favourite. He bounced out to make the run at Cheltenham in the Arkle Chase and led the field to the first fence, but he couldn't lead them for very long. By the time they got to the 5th fence, he had dropped himself back to 3rd, and when they got down into the back straight to the 8th fence, he was back into 4th position and going to end up at the back with a mistake at the first ditch. When they turned to the top of the hill, you were wondering why Nicky Henderson ran him in the Arkle, because he was clearly outpaced and he was struggling, and he got down to the 3rd last fence and made a mistake. I had ruled him out, but this race completely changed then. Marlsborough missed the 2nd last, so too did Django By, but when he got to the last fence and pinged it, he started to run. And I thought originally these horses in front of him all stopped, but actually when you look at the sections, Django By did quicken. He off the ground and mowed his way to the line. He was crying out for a step up and a trip, and I think now the market has corrected itself and the right horse is favourite.
And that is Django Bay in the red and white, second from the right. Mick Fitzgerald, confident?
Yeah, I think so. The only concern is obviously a quick turnaround from Cheltenham. That's something we're going to hear an awful lot about over the next 3 days. Imperial Pass, interesting that they've stuck the headgear on him. He looked like he needed something to get him to be a bit sharper. He's looked a little bit slow in the air a few times jumping. He'll need to jump sharper.
Money coming for Django Bay. 15 to 8 gone. Into 7 to 4. Adele, who do you like?
I like Gidley Park. I think he's got plenty of ability. He was definitely one of the picks of the paddock. I thought he was quite impressive at Windsor last time out. Nice to see the vets were having a check of his heart, because obviously he's had a couple of heart issues, but all is fine, and I thought he looked really well.
The Gidley Park for you in the middle there. Giant, he really is. Anthony?
Yeah, I thought Croke Park looked the picture, and he'd probably pop out and probably make a good test. Django Bay looks going to do as well. I think this track, obviously, Perry Pass won around here of ours last year with GP's up the first time. He could sharpen up, he missed Cheltenham, and I think the race might really set up for him.
Let's speak about some of the others. The top one here, Boom Bourne for the Skeltons. Harry on the verge of winning the big prize, the David Powers Jockey Cup, and his brother on the verge potentially of being the champion trainer.
Yeah, finished behind Rugo at Kempton. Very solid performer, good jumper. You know, I'm sure they'll be hoping they can pick up some of the beasts.
Adele, Roubaud goes here for the Nichols team.
Can I just give a very quick negative about Django Bay, who I thought today is just coming up a little bit tucked up from his run at Cheltenham, and I just wondered if he would have appreciated a bit more time. Only negative, that's all.
And that's going to be a big factor this week, as always, coming after Cheltenham. The market, though, speaking in his favour, Adele. Into 6 to 4 now, Django Bay. Roubaud for Paul Nichols?
Yeah, I think I can't see why he wouldn't run a big race. This is his trip. I think this is his track as well. So yeah, got everything to see.
Django Bay now strong, Brian.
It's one-way traffic in the last 30 seconds. Django Bay 6 to 4 from 2 to 1. Out to 2 to 4 to 1. 9 to 4. Imperial Pass and Croke Park from being 9 to 2, 5 to 1. It's now 6 to 1.
And down the bottom, AP. Nicky Richards runs the Kaluki Kid.
Yeah, done well in handicaps, and obviously won his last two. Much more in his last this time with these horses.
Just the start is going to, I think they'll be setting the tone for the week here with this race. You know, I know Robbie Supple was going to have word with the jockeys, just to try and ensure that they're familiar with the procedure.
Is it easier here? Less bends?
Yeah, I think it is. The problem that you have is once the ball starts rolling, very hard to stop it.
Let's see if he puts down a marker here. Let's see if they can get away first time. Richard.
Yeah, being called in, they're quite a long way back. There's a good run to the first bend, which sort of helps a little bit. So that is generally the case for most of the starts here. So flag is raised. Runners approaching for this EBC Group Manifesto Novices Chase. All just anxious to approach relatively sensibly. They're hidden from me by the big screen at the moment. Truck's about 150 yards away. See if they're let go well before the start, which was what sort of happened by the end of the festival. So now they're straightened up. And Croke Park is coming a bit quick here, and it's a full start. Famous last words. A bit of booing from the stands. Okay, let's head back for a second.
They started so far back again, then.
I don't understand this. Don't have the horses that far back.
They learned nothing from Cheltenham.
No.
So frustrating, Luke.
It is very frustrating, but you know they were coming in a bit quicker. Harry Skelton, he's right in front of us there. He was screaming, "No sir, no sir!" But we're off and running now.
Yeah, they didn't go so far back, so they realised the key. Anyway, head towards the first. It's facile mode with Roubaud as they rise at the first fence. Board is held up towards the back of the pack as they race on towards fence number 2. Facile mode at Gidley Park with Roubaud, and Croke Park towards the inside are the front 4. Django Bay going up the inside of Kaluki Kid and Perry Pass as they reach fence number 2, at which there was a mistake by facile mode. Knocks it right back through the field. Boom Bourne held up at the back of the pack as they race on towards fence number 3. So the first of the ditches, led over it by Gidley Park. Slight mistake at the back by Mark of Gold. So Gidley Park has jumped his way to the lead with Roubaud in second and Croke Park in third. Django Bay able to hold his place a lot easier than Cheltenham at the moment. Took it in fourth place from Kaluki Kid and then Perry Pass. Then Boom Bourne, who's got past a couple, both of which have had trouble early on. Facile mode in particular has knocked right the way back to last. And Mark of Gold is one from the back. So there is a fence on the side of the racecourse, and it is Gidley Park who leads towards it with Roubaud in second, half a length to Croke Park, with Django Bay Bay Racing in 4th place. On the inside of the Kaluki Kid, and on that one's outside is Impere Pass. And behind these, Boomborn on the inside. Early thoughts, Ruby?
Yeah, they went a really good gallop over the first couple, and Brian Carver is now dictating things. The cheek pieces have definitely sharpened. Impere Pass is jumping in the green colours, number 5 under Paul Townend. He's been much slicker through the air than he was in his previous starts, and Paul has gotten right until he got a Bundle's tail in the red and white colours. But I'd say the guys in the big horses anyway, Richard, so far are happy. Good jump there again from Impere Pass.
Yeah, he's got his eye on Django Bay, hasn't he, in 4th and 5th places. But Gidley Park has got into a nice rhythm out in front, as he did when winning last time, by 2 lengths from Rubo. As they race over the open ditch, good jumps again by 2 market leaders. Django Bay Racing in 4th place, and in 5th place, Impere Pass. The one that is struggling after the early error is Facile Mode. So then this long run where they cross the Grand National course and race down towards the fence in the circuit's time will be the last. This time it is 9 from the finish, and it's Gidley Park out in the lead by a couple of lengths from Rubo. Croke Park in 3rd place with and Gidley Park reached for that. Took off a long way outside the wings, but got to the other side. So the order they passed us a circuit to go. It's Gidley Park just easing it down by 2 lengths from Rubo in 2nd place in the purple colours. In 3rd is Croke Park behind the packed grandstands. Basking in the sunshine. Django Bay's in 4th. Impere Pass is in 5th. Boomborn saved every single yard on the inside of the Kaluki Kid. And with that pause in the tempo, notably by the leader Gidley Park, the field have got more compact, getting a breather in, really.
Yeah, they will. About the turn the next bend, Richard, they'll up it again. Harry Compton will push forward, and Brian Carver, Sam Ewell want to up it too. And that's another thing that can happen here, Richard. They can get racing when they face down the back here. 4 fences apart to jump them, but they do step on the gas early, Danger.
Mark of Gold made another slight mistake at the back and is beginning to struggle. So Gidley Park still leads. Rubo on the outside, with Croke Park in 3rd. Django Bay Racing in 4th place. Impere Pass, the Kaluki Kid and Boomborn are still well in touch as they race towards 7 from the finish. Another good lead by Gidley Park. Standard jumping amongst the principals so far been pretty good. Rubo in 2nd, Croke Park, Django Bay's angled off the fence, still shadowed by Impere Pass towards the outside. Penultimate ditch is 6 from the finish. Gidley Park leads over it. Croke Park on the inside of Rubo. Django Bay for the first time just angled out. I don't think he was pushed along, he just wants to get a bit of daylight. Space a little bit of a premium as they take the next. Impere Pass has improved on his outside. So Gidley Park from Rubo. Impere Pass seeing the opportunity of just holding Django Bay a bit tight, but they are 3 and 4 wide round the turn. Croke Park's still there, the Kaluki Kid and Boomborn, and those 7 are still tightly bunched with only 2 lengths to Mark of Gold, and Facile Mode who's 5 lengths further back. So Gidley Park towards the cross fence with a lot of chances. Rubo, Croke Park, Django Bay on the inside of Impere Pass who's improved, travelling smoothly, and Django Bay is the first one to get a shake of the reins amongst the principals. Boomborn is 6th, then the Kaluki Kid and Mark of Gold, and Gidley Park still travels strongly on the turn in. From in 2nd, Rubo, Croke Park's ridden, Impere Pass, Django Bay just hit a flat spot, angled out, trying to pick up, but with a bit of work to do as Gidley Park led them over 3 out. From Rubo, Impere Pass pulled to the outside, Django Bay sees daylight and begins to pick up. The last ditch is 2 from the finish. It is Gidley Park, Rubo, Impere Pass, Boomborn and Django Bay. They are the front 5. Impere Pass coming there strongly on the outside of Gidley Park. Then Rubo, Boomborn, Django Bay trying to pick up, but has 3 lengths to find and is not travelling as well as Impere Pass, who comes down towards the last with the lead. From in 2nd place, Gidley Park, a good lead by Django Bay, who's got 4 lengths to find. It's Impere Pass who has the lead from Gidley Park. Django Bay is finishing strongly on the outside, but Impere Pass got first run, the first time cheek pieces, and wins another great one at Aintree. Tight for 2nd, Gidley Park and Django Bay. Boomborn next from Rubo. Behind those in 6th place was Mark of Gold, all the way up to Facile Mode. Croke Park dropped away. Impere Pass just travelled better. It's close for 2nd, and Gidley Park may have just held off the rallying Django Bay. Within 4th place, Boomborn, and they were clear. But Impere Pass jumping slicker, maybe the ground, maybe the headgear, double green. A winner, of course, of the meeting here 12 months ago in a great one over hurdles. Does the same over fences in the manifesto.
And just like last year, he did very little in front. He was 5-2 this morning, back down to favouritism at one point. He's gone off 9-4. Ruby, a totally different horse today.
Yeah, sure, cheek pieces on him definitely made a big difference. Stoom, Anthony Bromley, Simon Muneer and Isaac Swain were keen to come here with no 2.5 mile race at the Cheltenham Festival. They thought it was the right trip for him. He came out of Paul's hand at the second last and was probably in front sooner than he wanted to be, but he's tough, backed off the last, gave him plenty of height. But look, he's a good horse, and he's a winner of a Grade 1 hurdle race here last year, as you have rightly said, and he's toughed it out here to beat Django Boy, who rallied all the way, but a mistake down the back got him in the wrong place, and Paul was in pole position.
And AP, I think you said after what, 3 or 4 fences, this is his day.
Yeah, well, Adele and I were watching him. He was a completely different horse, Adele, wasn't he? As Ruby said, he was alive in Paul Townend's hands all the way, and just really impressive to watch him today. Completely different horse.
Grand National winning jockey. What a start to his week.
Yeah, Ed, what a start to his week. Paul, what a start to your week. Tell me, his jumping today was electric.
Yeah, he's really, really good. Even when I won them earlier in the season, he jumped brilliant for me. Hit a flat spot that day and came alive and showed the spark he did as novice hurdler. Not saying he didn't do anything good last year winning here and his Sandown, he was very important, but he loved jumping fences, and credit to him, beautiful ground on this guy anyway. And yeah, look, I was in front sooner than I wanted to be, because he does have a little look, but the last fence is a lot closer to the line than the last hurdle.
It's not often that the boss goes to cheek pieces, but it just felt that he was very sharp today.
Yeah, they seem to be working on a certain horse for a long time in Cheltenham, so I'd say even the stable staff might have cheek pieces this weekend.
And tell me, Mercier in the net.
Yeah, look, she ran okay with a huge waiting with Fred Winter in Cheltenham. She isn't a big filly, so I just thought she'd appreciate the nice ground and a lighter weight in her back, and hopefully she can run better, yeah.
You've come back to Aintree as the Grand National winning jockey. Does that feel different?
It feels good. It feels good. I can't believe it's a year already. Hopefully we'll celebrate it for another year. Well done. Thank you.
And Impere Pass, led up by Amy Morrissey on the right there, giving the Mullins team a flying start to the 2025 Randox Grand National meeting. And the climax for them with all their runners in the Grand National. We pick it up here, AP, hitting the front. He travelled so well.
Yeah, Paul couldn't help it, because he did jump, and say, I think we'll come to the second last hour now, he came up out of his hands and landed, maybe the last year, is it? But yeah, he was a completely different horse. He had travelled there, he was down to the last, pricked his ears a little bit in front. He did the same last year in the hurdle race here when he got in front. He pulled up and eyed a little bit, nearly got beaten. But it was a really good performance and good training, and from the owner's point of view as well, picking the right race for him.
And they're both here today. Isaac Swain and Simon Muneer here to enjoy this, having missed out at Cheltenham where they won the Albert Bartlett. Django Bay on the far side, the red and white Mick. Nicky Henderson made no secret that 3 miles will be his trip down the line.
Well, you could see every time, and even last year when he got hampered in the hurdle race over 2.5, he flew home as well. He just lacks that little gear at the wrong time, and that was the case today. He found himself in the back foot, and he was always just trying to play catch-up, whereas this horse was so smooth through the race.
Gidley Park ran well?
I love Gidley Park, and I still think he's very much a work in progress. Obviously, he's not ran since January, so he could even come on for the run, to be honest with you. But this is only his 3rd start over fence. There's a couple little novice mistakes, but I do think he's a horse going places.
So Willie Mullins winning again at Aintree. If Steve Mann had stood up at the last, Galopin Des Champs had won the Gold Cup, he'd be 2nd in the Trainers' Championship, chasing down Skelton. He's not out of it yet, though, is he?
He is not, and you look at the strong hand he has in the Grand National, as well as a strong hand in some of the Grade 1s here this week. Like Dan Skelton will be looking over his shoulder.
So here comes the winner of the EBC Group, which have them sponsoring Aintree. Richard Lane, their CEO of the EBC Group, is here to present the prize that will go to the double group. Impere Pass won at 9-4. All the money late was for Django Bay, who went off at 6-4 in the end. And as you say, Nick, my word, they've got a strong hand to play through today, and of course in the Grand National itself on Saturday afternoon with Ian Maximus heading the team. Paul Townend in Impere Pass will be met by the winning owners, along with Daryl Jacob, who used to ride in the double green. Anthony Bromley's down there as well. You'll hear a lot more from Daryl Jacob on Saturday ahead of the National. What might have been for him, he won on Neptune Collonges. He might have ridden Intense Rapids if things hadn't played out And they have their star on the right, all smiles. He loves being part of that team. And they're off to a winning start. Impere Pass, 9-4. And the little orange figure on the right, if you're watching for the first time, is the Tote return. The double green won at this meeting last year with Impere Pass. That was dramatic. This was much more straightforward, winning the EBC Group Manifesto Novices Chase in fine style. And there is so much still to come on day one. The Galloping Grey, Grey Dawning, in the bowl for the Skeltons. And then the clash we've been waiting for. Nico de Boinville at Constitution Hill. After all that drama at Cheltenham, head to head with the mare, Lossiemouth.
Look, it was neck and neck at one point.
Sure, on the start line. Ouf, Le Berne.
Paddy Power, proud sponsors of racing on ITV.
The name's Hannah Dawson, 22.
A body was found at Glaston Dock.
It was up close. It was intimate.
This is about having a go at the police.
That young life, you just snuffed it out. The Bay, available now on ITVX.
The greatest of all time is not who you think. The GOAT is a horse.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is...
Witness true greatness at Aintree and get a £5 free bet when you bet £5 with Sky Bet.
Aintree is for you. When you've had an accident that wasn't your fault, you need guidance. Your lawyers need expertise. You need advocacy. You need compensation. You need Aintree lawyers for you.
Nothing beats a celebration. And at Tesco Mobile, we're bringing in 30 years of Club Card with deals like the awesome new Samsung Galaxy A56 and 12 gigs of data for just £27.99 a month with Club Card prices, saving you £144. Better yet, that price is frozen for the duration of your contract. And you can even bag a £30 Tesco gift card too. It pays to be connected. Search Tesco Mobile. Every little helps.
Find me somebody to love. Find me somebody to love. Anybody find me somebody to love.
If anybody can find your bed to love, dreams can. Our experts won't rest until they found the perfect one for you.
Find me somebody to love. Anybody find me somebody.
Dreams. Let us find you a bed that loves you back.
This is how to transform your kitchen with a little bit of magic. Kitchen Magic. Kitchen Magic transforms drab kitchens into dream kitchens by replacing doors, drawer fronts and worktops for less than you think, and in just a few days. Now that's magic. Call Kitchen Magic today for a free brochure on 0800 169 4748 or visit the website.
Number 9, Pocket Rocket. Big favourite today, Gina.
He's small for a colt, but he's well built with a healthy coat.
You've only got to look at his breeding to know he'll enjoy this trip. It's good to soft in places, but the sire handles the ground, so I'm confident he'll act on it too.
What are your favourite maps?
If he learns to settle, he's the nap for me.
This Grand National, we have money back as a free bet if your horse finishes second, third or fourth in any race of your choice today at Aintree. Paddy Power.
Hold your horses! Isn't that your man?
Yeah, you know, in from the telly. Excusez-moi, Monsieur Chapman. A selfie, Paddy Power. Proud sponsors of racing on ITV.
Impere Pass in the double green is added to his impressive CV, which now includes a Cheltenham Festival win and 2 Aintree Grade 1s. Isaac Sway and Simon Munir.
Well, the big question, of course, is are these the winning Grand National colours of Simon Monier and Isaac Swade? Intense Raffles goes in the big race at the weekend. Very happy owners here, speaking to the Willie Mullins team. Anthony Bromden, the racing manager, here as well. But let's have a quick word. Congratulations. I mean, he's a Grade 1 winning hurdler here. There's no real surprise, lots of ability.
Yeah, no, and I mean, we decided to bypass Cheltenham and bring him here fresh, and it's paid off today.
The cheap pieces, Ruby Walsh was saying, has really lit him up as far as jumping. I mean, he's travelled like a machine.
He jumped beautifully, he really did, and Paul had him in a nice position all the way through the race.
Going forward, what kind of horse do you think you've got on your hands? Because there's always been a little debate of whether how far he would stay, etc. I mean, in the future, would you think a Ryanair horse? Or...
Yeah, it could be 2.5, 3 miles. Yeah.
And what about the big one? Intense Raffles, one of the market leaders for the Grand National.
Yeah, well, we bred him, as you know, so fingers crossed for Saturday.
Yeah. The double dream. I mean, you've lost Howard Jacob, but you're going strong.
Yeah, well, JJ's been a great replacement.
Well, very many congratulations. You have won the first Grade 1 of the week.
Thanks, Matt.
And with the Grade 1s this week, as we like to do, and we'll also do it for the races over the Grand National fences, we'll hear from the beaten jockeys, find out where your money went with Ollie.
Giggly Park's given jockey Brian Carver a great spin there. He's run an absolute blinder. Brian, obviously, unlucky not getting the job done, but he's run a stormer there.
Yeah, he has. Look, I suppose when you look through the field, it's basically his second run over fences, so for him to go out and run like that in a very, very competitive field, I'm delighted with him.
I think he went long 2 out. Did that make a difference to the result, do you think?
No, I don't think so, to be honest. I thought the horse that came by me, once he hit the front, he was probably just idling. So I'm very happy. Thank you.
Harry Skelton got a good tune out of Bloomborn, who's run a really good race there. We'll grab a quick word with Harry. Were you pleased with that?
Hey man, a career best, Ollie.
Yeah.
He was just amazing, really.
He just travelled so well into it.
He did, yeah, but taking on sort of proper Grade 1 performers on my outside, but he's, yeah, like you say, he's run a career best. Can't be complaining with that run.
Come on.
Yeah, thanks.
Nico de Bonville rode the favourite Django Bay. Nico, what did you make of it?
Yeah, delighted with the run. It's lovely ground. Probably step him up 3 miles next season.
Come on.
Yeah, 3 miles next season for Django Boy, who just from a mistake in the back straight got himself slightly in the wrong place. He's ahead of Paul Townend heading to this third fence down the back, but he misses this and Paul Townend pings it in the green and gets in front of Django Boy, and then he gets Django Boy tight all the way from here home. Paul's able to push Nico in, and even across the second last fence, Harry Cobden drifts out. Sam Union, the maroon, goes for the run inside Harry Cobden. Harry's not having that, but when he rolls in, he also drags Paul Townend in the green in behind him, and that keeps Django Boy in the red and white kind of caught in the pocket, and Paul sits there because he doesn't want to commit Impere Pass. But at the second last fence, when Impere Pass is going, watch Paul's hands. Paul just taking him back, he's going for another stride. Horse comes out of his hands and just gets there and lands almost upsides in front. Then Paul, left hand down, he's going to go across the Gidley Park, cross in front of Rubo, spots a great stride at the last. He stands outside the wings and absolutely pings it for him, but again when he lands, Paul knows he's in front and he's going to be idle, so the first thing he does is left hand down. He's clear of Gidley Park, he goes across to the rail, makes Gidley Park switch back around him, and he's close enough to the line to hang on. A good performance from a horse who doesn't like to be in front too long.
Yeah, in the colours we'll see Intense Raffles at 4 o'clock Saturday afternoon in the Randox Grand National. Now then, we want you involved at home. We're going to head out in the distance there, behind the white tents, I think, where the noise is, the Olympic gold medalist and local Sam Quek alongside Ollie.
Yeah, thank you very much. It kind of feels like it's the calm before the storm here, because this place boots off later, Sam.
It really is. I mean, there's the odd few already dancing, as you can see in the background. But yeah, this is the calm before the storm. I think last year I tried to get in at the end of the day. Absolutely failed because it was so busy.
I've already seen one woman wearing slippers already. They're the footwear you need, I think.
Sensible. None of this nonsense with the high heels. But you know, I'm so proud. Liverpool is basking in the sunshine. What is it, like Costa del Aintree we'll call it today. But ultimately, yeah, looking to a great few days ahead, and of course the big one on Saturday.
Absolutely, we want to hear from you, as Ed said. We want to know who you're backing in the big one on Saturday, the Grand National, and let us know the reasons why as well, plenty of different reasons why you find your winners. Now, regarding today, the ITV7, still got time to put your entries in. Here are the most popular picks. Put your hands together has been well backed in our next race, the first race in the ITV7. Constitution Hill, a popular pick in the Aviona. What a race that promises to be. And Mine Made Mozzie in the finale, a popular pick in the ITV7. So head to the app or the website and make your selections in the ITV7. It's going to be fun down there, isn't it?
I cannot wait. It's going to be epic. But I think I'm going to head out into the course later on, so I'm going to get in and amongst it. Anything could happen. It's going to be a great day.
Good luck.
I'll need it.
And now the perfect time to get that ITV7 entry in, try and win £50,000. And as Sam's been saying, the people of Liverpool really embrace this festival. And our theme this week on our coverage revolves around the Grand National being for everyone. It's the people's race.
People from all over the world to watch it, tune in all over the world to watch it. It's a great spectacle. My first memory of when we used to get the echo, we used to put a pin in it, and I backed the horse, only to bring back down to a sixpence each way, that's 2.5 pence in today's money. And it was called Nicholas Silver.
Ahead of Merriman by 5 lengths, Nicholas Silver wins the National.
My jockey says the British will be cleaning up at Cheltenham.
Yeah, picking up pint glasses. Oh, I walked into that one.
Paddy Power, proud sponsors of racing on ITV.
Dave hates vacuuming. We hate it too. So we made the new Vax Home Pro range to get it done as quickly as possible. Because life's too short to bend for a peanut. Hair that's not yours getting tangled in the roller? No thanks. And we hate when dust goes up your nose, not in the bin. The new Vax Home Pro range with a 5-year guarantee, so you'll always be able to get the job done. From $179.99, including a free accessory kit worth over £50. Order direct from Vax. Vax gets it done.
Last year, over 87% of our players won a prize with People's Postcode Lottery.
No! Yes!
And with a share of £15.6 million to be won in the May draws, you could be next.
I just won the postcode lottery. Twice.
For the chance to win, sign up before midnight on the 30th of April.
Oh my God!
With a share of £15.6 million to be won, the next lucky winner could be you.
Whoa!
Is your door in the draw?
Spend and save up to £500 at HSL. The more you spend, the more you save on our beautiful riser recliners, back care support chairs, posture support sofas and adjustable beds. All available in sizes to suit you. Our exclusive chair fitting service will make sure your neck, back and hips are fully supported. Visit one of our 55 showrooms nationwide or call the number below to arrange a free home visit and save up to £500 on HSL's Feel Good Furniture. T's and C's apply.
This next one is from Dad. I'm sorry I can't be with you on your special day. You have a wonderful future ahead of you.
I just wish I could be part of it.
Get the help you need to quit at yes2quit.co.uk.
Jump racing. Proper guts. Proper glory. A sport of breathtaking ups and downs that must be overcome and properly rewarded. So William Hill give you a top price guarantee against selected competitors every day of the Grand National Festival. That's proper value from a proper bookmaker. William Hill. Betting done properly.
That last race was close. Yeah, you were close to getting lapped. Ha ha ha.
Paddy Power, proud sponsors of racing on ITV.
Beatlemania to Horsemania. Liverpool certainly knows how to put on a show. And here at the track, it's a Grade 1 Blitz. Number 2 on the way, Richard.
So next up is this 4-year-old juvenile hurdle race. Without Lalamba, his absence has thrown this wide open and brings into line some of the forms from the Fred Winter as being potentially the leading on offer. We shall see. So 4-year-old juvenile hurdle Grade 1 contest led by number 1 Abbey Moore, Harry Cobden riding for Harry Derham. Number 2 is Coconut Grove, making his debut. We saw that, of course, in the Triumph Purple itself. Brian Carver running for Harry Fry, big price. 3 is Filibustering, Paul O'Brien, the second Harry Derham runner. 4 is Gibbs Island. This is the jockey change with Sean Bowen replacing Stan Shepherd aboard Tom Lacey's charge. Number 5 is Give It To Me OJ for Kaylin Quinn and Omar Jackson. Number 6, Lynn Conti. Harry Skelton confirmed as winner of the David Power Cup after race 1 this afternoon. Still some place issues at stake before we close at the end of tomorrow's show. 7 is Mambo number 5, Ben Jones for Ben Pauling, and number 8 is Naturally Nimble for J.J. Slevin. Number 9 is the Fred Winter winner, the Boodles winner, Put Your Hands Together, Mark Walsh, and 10 is Terrorise for Craig Nicol, another debutant. Few trainers clearly tempted to throw their hat into the ring. 11 Winthrop was a little unlucky at Cheltenham, just got a check at a crucial stage. An interesting runner for Sam Ewing. Number 12 is the somewhat disappointing Willie DeQuell, who hasn't done quite as well as they hoped, with Rachel Blackmore looking for a Willie Mullins double, and Willie's leading chance, most people would suggest, is the bottom one. Number 13, Mercia for Kenny Alexander, with Paul Townend aboard. 13 runners for the Boodles anniversary 4-year-old juvenile hurdle. Most of the Cheltenham form on offer towards the head of the market is not the Triumph, it is the handicap for Fred Winter.
It certainly is, Richard. That's Put Your Hands Together. The Fred Winter winner, so impressive. And the boys are clapping because the Put Your Hands Together is beautifully named. It's by Caravaggio out of a mare called. Beautifully named, Put Your Hands Together. Round of applause, of course, the mare's name. 11 to 8, Put Your Hands Together. Mercia, Paul Townend rides I Am Maximus in the National on Saturday. Windrop, 15 to 2. Michael Leary's colours will be carried by Coco Beach and Conflated in the National. Filibustering, 14 to 1 for Harry Derham, one of 2 out in the race. Live Conti, 14 to 1. Naturally Nimble, that's a surprise packet. 5 to 1, 6 to 1. Absolutely friendless. The stable companion of Put Your Hands Together, who's strong in the market. Put Your Hands Together for Mark Walsh, who will ride Percival Legalwa in the National on Saturday. Put your hands together, guys!
Here is Put Your Hands Together. What an absolute beauty. And it's so great seeing Noreen McManus having all these wonderful homebreds. I tried to see if this was related to, I know, the way you're thinking, the Gold Cup winner. He's not, but what a beauty it is. Won the Boodles at the festival. Natasha's done a phenomenal job and got loads of speed by Caravaggio, Sprint Stallion. This is the other one of from the Joseph O'Brien team. This is Naturally Nimble, Danny Brand leading up. And this one's Mr. Festival. And this one, another one, I've not seen very many jumpers by Too Darn Hot, the horse that's owned by none other than Andrew Lloyd Webber. Here's number 10, this is Terrorise. Andy Robertson, this is making its hurdles debut here at Aintree. That's a bold shout, but we saw at 100 to 1, the winner of the Triumph making his debut in a Grade 1 over hurdles. So drop back and just have a look at number 13. This is Mercia. We just heard from Brian being well back. Paul Townend said he's looking forward to riding this course when he spoke to him after he won the last. Got the mare's allowance 10.9. You can so see the difference. She's absolutely tiny in the colours of none other than Honeysuckle. And here's Coconut Grove, a flat winner in France, making its hurdles debut here today for Harry Fry. Who's Gidley Park ran so well. Poor Harry Fry, stuck in traffic, didn't make it to the races to see Gidley Park. I don't think he's even here to see this one yet. He'll be going bonkers.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is team member number 5. Well done, everyone, for your victory last time. What I've always said about this horse, Ben, is he's a strapping beast of an animal who's going to be a lovely chaser one day, but he's got loads of ability about him.
You're exactly right, Matt. Yeah, no, it was great the last day. The first day was a disaster. The Adonis was great. We're here. He seems in very good form at home. Hopefully he settles like he did at Kempton, and then we'll have a chance to see where we are turning for home. But it's great to be here. He's a lovely horse for the future.
Yeah, is it a case simply of, if he happened to win here, then you'd consider almost hurdling next season? If he doesn't, chasing round the corner?
He looks like a chaser all day long to me. If there's ever one that should be going sort of 4-year-old chasing, I think he would be it. But I suppose all options are open. But realistically, we want him to run very well, and we'll see where we are. We think he's a good horse, but we don't think he's necessarily a juvenile. So we'll see where we find ourselves.
Good luck.
Thanks, Matt.
And Ben Pauling will be the guest on the opening show tomorrow with Ollie and the team. 9:30 ITV4 for that. Gavin Sheehan also on the show tomorrow. Ben, he's got Handstands, Diva Luna and Bad going off in the Topham tomorrow over the Grand National fences, which go away in the near side here on that shot away to the right. There's the first in the National at the bottom of your screen as they head off into the country, as they will later this afternoon, and then we've got the Topham tomorrow and the big one on Saturday. Right then, AP, put your hands together here. The Fred Winter winner, the one they've all got to beat.
Yeah, I think so. Travel really well all the way through the Fred Winter and finish race off as well. It's really impressive. Nothing not like it. Looks in good shape walking around the parade ring. Both of Joseph's are naturally nimble. I think just going down behind him there look pretty good in the paddock too. But I think putting your hands together is definitely one of the topics.
Yeah, naturally nimble in the Mulrines colours, the blue with the yellow down the middle and the red cap. You said about Mambo number 5, Adele, I could ride it.
I said he's big enough for you to ride. He stands at about 17 hands, so it's quite big. I mean, physically you can tell he's going to make a really nice chaser, but he was a real standout for me when I saw him at Kempton in the Adonis in the paddock. He can be a little bit keen at times. Hopefully he settles today. I mean, paid quite a pretty penny for him, 450,000. I do. I really like him. I think he's improving at the rate of knots. My little worry about him is that he's jumping. He doesn't find it all that naturally. He kind of met the last 3 hurdles wrong in the Adonis, so he needs to jump a little bit better. But he's definitely got a serious engine. When he's on the flat, like, he really can gallop.
There's the 4, Terrorise at the front, then the favourite behind. Put your hands together. Naturally nimble behind him, and they'll be going to meet Luke.
Yeah, thanks so much, Ed. Run's just arrived down at the start. I was talking to Harry Skelton earlier on, and he was saying that this ground, they've had to put an awful lot of water, and actually here come some of the others now, is absolutely like a carpet. So well done to John Pullen and his team of ground staff. But you'll see the runs that canter down on that sand track, and then they'll just come across the track, leading them down there. That's Terrorise, first time, a decent flat horse. And then you're behind, you see the other horses. Put your hands together, of course, the winner at Cheltenham. He's a gorgeous looking horse. If I had to pick one of them out down here, I love the look of Live Conti, who won at Weatherby last time. Let's go and join Ollie.
Thanks, Luke. Yeah, that horse you can see in the green and gold is very warm on the exchanges. Put your hands together, very strong at the top of the market. Mercia also really strong. At a price, Willie de Hoel is being backed. And very cold on the exchanges, a Live Conti and naturally nimble.
Ruby, Mercia, around 8-1 this morning, into 11-4. Sounds like there's plenty of confidence behind her.
She was a good each way price, Ed. I mean, 11-4, she's pretty skinny in my opinion. She did run, her best run for Willie was definitely in the Boodle's Fred Winter, or the Fred Winter as it is now, where she was a long way behind. Put your hands together. She travelled well on the Rachel Blackmore. Didn't come home that strong though at Cheltenham, and better ground might suit her, but she has to have improved a bit to get to the horse that beat her at Cheltenham.
Interesting comments from Ruby. Put your hands together. 6-4, 11-4 from 6 and 7-1 Mercia, and it's 9-1 Windrock, and double prices the rest. Put your hands together. Whilst that favourite put down sustained support for the Mullins mare.
Last call for the ITV7. You need to be quick if you want to try and win £50,000, 200 grand up for grabs over the 3 days. Who's the bet in the race, mate?
I like Put Your Hands Together, Bicar Magic, a lot of pace. If they go slow, you know, there's a couple of horses you have led here, but there's no real rush to be on the speed here. So I think if they go slow, put your hands together, it'll just sprint past.
Any others we've got our eye on here?
I suppose Live Conti is interesting for Dan Skelton. Won on Weatherby, first run for them. Actually won the toy time before, beat a horse that JP got called Larzac. So Live Conti might be one that we don't know much about that could improve.
So they head for the Boodle's anniversary 4-year-old juvenile hurdle. And early on, it is Abbymore racing on the inside of the well-backed Mercia, who heads towards the left-hand turn and the left-hand bend before they reach the first final hurdle. Liv Conti racing on the outside of filibustering early on with Give It To Me OJ. Wendrock in the maroon and white colours on the outside of Gibbs Island, who settled a little better than he did at Cheltenham in the hood. Then behind this, the market leader. Put your hands together in the hoops ahead of Terrorise, who's about to arrive at his first by the hurdles in public. Willie de Hoel is towards the back, in company as well with Coconut Grove, who is just last of all, behind Naturally Nimble and Mambo number 5 as they take flight number 1. They were led over it by Abbymore, who races alongside Mercia. Third place goes to Liv Conti, with in fourth place filibustering as we reach the second. Liv Conti gave it a belt over the way. Wendrock's been a little bit slow over the first couple, lost a place to Put Your Hands Together as they continue up the home straight towards the third. So Abbymore on the right-hand side, Mercia on the left-hand side. Liv Conti and filibustering head the chase with Give It To Me OJ as they stepped over the next flight, which Willie DeWell left his mark in it, and the hurdling debutant Coconut Grove is already struggling at the back of the field. So making their way up past the stands, a circuit to travel in the juvenile hurdle, and Abby Moore cutting out the running under Harry Compton, has a length in hand over Mercier in second. Liv Conti Give It To Me OJ with filibustering. Side by side, Gibbs Island, put your hands together and win drop. Willie DeWell, Mambo number 5, naturally nimble and terrorise. Coconut Grove on the level has closed. Just an even pace, really.
That's exactly what I just read, Richard, and that becomes catch-22 really, because somebody like Harry Skelton, who's sitting in third place, or Sam Young in the room just behind them at an even pace, if they move forward halfway down the back and push those in front, they can get racing too soon, and that would suit JJ Slevin in the red cap. But if the guys sitting in third and fourth, if they stay happy and the guys in front keep slowing it down, it can make it awkward for those from Mark Walsh further back.
So Abbymore led them over the first down the back, which they all take okay, although Gibbs Island on the inside has lost a little bit of ground and dropped back into that next little cluster. So Abbymore leads Mercier with a length back to Liv Conti, then on the outside Give It To Me OJ and filibustering. Put your hands together, still travels comfortably on the inside of Wendrock with Gibbs Island and Willie DeWell as Mercier jumps up really well on the outside. There was a bad mistake there by Terrorise, knocked him right back through the field, and the two hurdling debutantes at this stage don't look like emulating the big prize horse that won the Triumph, as Mercier, just requiring riding into that over the park, still has the advantage. Oh, and we lose there on the inside. There was a faller towards the inner there, at last on the far side. I'll try and pick up exactly who it was for you in a moment or two. Looks like Willie DeWell was the one that went. Willie DeWell back in the field is the one that came down. Rachel Blackmore on the deck. So Abbymore it is who has the advantage by roundabout a neck from towards the outside Mercier. Liv Conti races in third with filibustering on the inside of Give It To Me OJ, then Gibbs Island. Put your hands together. Wendrock just chased along, and behind those was Mambo number 5, and then naturally nimble, and they've now moved on from the others who are beginning to struggle. And they include, looking back for Terrorise and Coconut Grove, they're both about to be pulled up. So making the turn back towards home, and Abbymore has the lead, attended by Mercier. Third place to Liv Conti, then towards the left-hand side, Give It To Me OJ. Over next is Put Your Hands Together. Another mistake, Naturally Nimble has come down back in the field. So Naturally Nimble a faller, and at this stage, Mercier heading towards the second last has the lead. Give It To Me OJ and Liv Conti from Put Your Hands Together as the pace has quickened. Wendrock staying on down the outside has got outpaced at this stage, so it's Mercier from Liv Conti heading towards the final flight. Liv Conti switches. Put Your Hands Together on the left-hand side will still have 3 lengths or even more to find, and it's Mercier very well backed, who's careering clear here as they make their way up the running with Liv Conti. Put Your Hands Together, Give It To Me OJ and Wendrock chasing the shadow of Mercier, who is going to lead them home in decisive fashion. And Aintree starts brilliantly for Paul Townend and Willie Mullins, 2 on the board already. Liv Conti in second, in third place, Put Your Hands Together. Give It To Me OJ, Wendrock and paced up the straight. Behind those in 6th place was filibustering, Mambo number 5 and Gibbs Island. Abbymore dropped right away, and Terrorise and Coconut Grove were both pulled up at the back of the pack. Afraid Willie DeWell, I think, is still down in the back straight. I can see one of the loose horses coming up past me now, which is Naturally Nimble, who is perfectly okay and is about to attempt to jump the water of the national course, and has done so, perfectly happy. But Willie DeWell, as you point out, is still down, and I can't see at this stage whether Rachel Blackmore is up or not either.
That was a nasty fall. We will keep you posted and keep everything crossed that both are okay. After Mercier makes it 2 out of 2 for Willie Mullins. And Skelton will be getting nervy. Paul Townend was very positive on it this time, maybe.
Tactically very interesting, because as Ruby said before, it looked like she didn't get home at injury, but he bounced her out, got in a good position. He was able to dictate the race a little bit to suit him, and you saw the second last. She got on a little bit close, but she kind of pricked her ears again, and she had a little bit left. But yeah, Dan Skelton will be definitely happy with the worry, that's for sure.
Great attitude, hasn't she? Real will to win, and receiving, what, £13, obviously difference between the weight today. It's a massive plus for her.
And amazing, Adele, all the confidence there was behind her as well. I think she was 8 kilometres on this morning, she was back right in. She was obviously, how was she showing the signs that she was since Cheltenham? Because you'd wonder how much they'd have looked at her, Mick, wouldn't you?
Well, I know, it's like a hell of a turnaround.
Yeah.
Like 8 lengths behind. Put your hands together, but Paul Townend won't mind because he's on board today, and it's almost like normal services resumed. Willie Mullins, Paul Townend, 2 out of 2.
Yeah, Fitzy, 2 out of 2 for Paul Townend. Don't often see you ride so handy, but she had so much pace today.
Yeah, look, there's a lot of people on paper that wanted to be handy or had been handy, and you know, with due respect, non-competitive races, but little experience. We had a lot of experience, and we were getting the weight off them. So I wanted to line up and get a nice position. She came home very well for me and Naas one day, so I just thought, why give away an advantage I was going to get for free.
And you can just tell that at Cheltenham the weight told, because she was mighty impressive today.
Yeah, look, she's fit into herself, and she's not tiny or anything, but she had a hell of a lot of weight and was giving it to everything. The flatter track here, you know, she ran a big race in Cheltenham to the last with the flatter track and the lighter weight. Sun on her back. Loves Liverpool.
Who doesn't love Liverpool? And just we were surprised in the next to see you choose Embassy Gardens over Gaelic Warrior.
Yeah, look, Gaelic Warrior is Gaelic Warrior, isn't he? You know, and I know more than anyone else. He's huge talent. But the other horse has done nothing wrong. He's gone under the radar a bit. He has good form. And I just took a chance that he'd like it here.
Well, good luck. Let's see if it's a treble.
Please God, thank you.
This one led up by Niamh Roche there in front. Like Conti's run well for the Skeltons here, Mick.
Yeah, ran a super race. I think the Skeltons will be really pleased as well. And there's some pretty familiar colours that we know by now. They've been regulars here in the Winners and Cloister in the past. But, like, no excuses. Put your hands together, eat every chance, and just couldn't pick one off.
Yeah, it's hard to know we're coming from, as you said, Adele earlier, but horses that have been to Cheltenham, you don't know if they're really going to show their best or not. But he ran well.
Yeah, I thought he ran really well. I mean, like I said earlier, getting 13 pounds is a massive amount of weight. And I think Paul did the right thing by riding her positively, and, you know, from looking at her form over in France, she obviously comes good when there's a bit of sun on her back.
2 out of 2 for Close Sutton, with Embassy Gardens, as Alice said, Gaelic Warrior in the same race in the pole, then a small matter of Lossiemouth in the Aintree Hurdle. There's a lot to come over the next few days. I think Alice might be getting to know Paul Townend extremely well. 2 out of 2 after Mercia won the Boodles Anniversary 4-year-old Juvenile Hurdle. 7s and 8s you might have got yesterday and overnight, backed all through today to 11 to 4. In the end, Live Conti was second at 16 to 1. The winner in the honeysuckle colours, the Kenny Alexander colours. Matt.
So here's Willie Mullins. We did an interview after the first race. You can watch that on the ITV Racing social media feeds, which was, well, it was eye-catching, to be honest, Willie. So let's carry on from that interview, which was very much pressure on Skelton mounts further after 2 great ones.
Here's Mercia back in the parade ring here. I better go and paint my connections.
She's done it well, hasn't she? Well back this morning. Did you fancy it?
I'm just hoping that the change of ground would be a big help to her, and it has been. Yeah.
Thanks, Willie.
Willie in a hurry. Off to a flyer. Harold Kirk on the left there, greeting the winner. Just shows you that. Cheltenham and Aintree form. Turn right around. Whoosh! Quentin Perry pass in the opener. What a lead. Paul Townend again, winning the Juvenile Hurdle on Mercia. But we're just getting going today. We're about to go up a gear big time. Grade 1 bowl is next. Then it's the big clash in the Aintree Hurdle. And then we're over the big fences for the first time.
Oh, what's better than a hot shower? Winning the Grand National?
The shower's more achievable for him.
Paddy Power, proud sponsors of racing on ITV.
Spend and save up to £500 at HSL. The more you spend, the more you save on our beautiful riser recliners, back care support chairs, posture support sofas and adjustable beds. All available in sizes to suit you. Our exclusive chair fitting service will make sure your neck, back and hips are fully supported. Visit one of our 55 showrooms nationwide or call the number below to arrange a free home visit and save up to £500 on HSL's Feel Good furniture. T's and C's apply.
Tesco Finest Cote d'Ivoire eggs, now just £6. Or Finest Hot Cross Buns, 2 for £3 with your Tesco Club card.
Save up to 60% when you book in advance and make every trip epic.
This is Millie, the stain machine. When stains happen, her parents need them gone fast, but long washes take too long. Now you can save time with Vanish. Take the Vanish Quick Wash Challenge. Tackle dirty in 30 with one scoop in every wash. Vanish's unique oxy-action accelerator lifts stains fast, as detergent alone can't always keep up. Challenge beaten. Stains gone quick, or your money back.
Hiya, we're Zabel. We're coming plus and all that. We also come with this, the Zabel credit card. When you link your bank account, Zabel can look beyond your credit score, so you're more likely to be accepted. Cosmic. Plus, added to your digital wallet, and once accepted, you can use it right away. The Zabel credit card is out of this world! Check your eligibility now at zabel.co.uk.
The greatest of all time is not who you think. The GOAT is a horse.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is...
Witness true greatness at Aintree and get a £5 free bet when you bet £5 with Sky Bet.
Discover Tassimo's creamy lattes, rich Americanos, and plenty more. Your coffee shop at home, and all with just the touch of a button. Tassimo's smart technology perfectly brews quality coffee ingredients, so every cup is just right. Tassimo, your coffee shop at home.
I asked these women about their experience of vaginal dryness.
I had the itchiness and the burning.
I was just incredibly uncomfortable all of the time. Even sex became painful.
B-SAN worked for me instantly by the very first application.
My vagina now feels moisturised. It feels like it always did feel before the menopause. B-SAN moisturising cream for fast relief from vaginal dryness after just one application.
I need to do my hair. There might be a photo finish.
Ah, don't worry. You'll be too far at the back to be in focus.
Will you now?
Paddy Power, proud sponsors of racing on ITV.
Lots of good sport on ITV, and there's more international football tomorrow night as the Lionesses are back in Nations League action. They host Belgium in Bristol. Ashton Gate is the venue. All the action live, 7:30 on ITV1. Now, a bit of news ahead of the bowl this afternoon. Jimmy Mangan has taken out Spillans Tower, will not run, presumably because of this drying ground at Aintree. We're still waiting for updates on the jockeys and horses from our last race, which had a very impressive winner, Ruby.
She was very impressive, Ed. As we were saying in commentary, it was a very steadily run race, but an evenly run race, and you can see that in the speeds. And they started to quicken off the home turn. They had been entering every hurdle at around about 30 miles an hour. Paul up to the 31 miles an hour here, going to the third last, and then he sits in front of her and waits for a challenger to come. Building a little bit at the time. He gets to the second last hurdle up to almost 32 miles an hour. But when Harry Skelton then moves the challenge on his inside, this filly really quickens up because she hits her top speed here of 34 miles an hour and is doing just under 33 as she gets to the last hurdle. She was able to dictate it in front and then quicken, and it's very hard for the horses behind to chase down a horse that's actually getting quicker in front of them. It was a really good tactical ride. He controlled it from the front, went fast enough to keep everybody happy behind, but kept enough to be able to quicken all the way down the straight. Like that's fractions, technicality, a really good ride.
Sam Ewing was the jockey of Wendrock. Sam, what did you make of it?
Yeah, happy. He ran a nice race for a long time and stayed at it.
Well, yeah. Mark, can I just have a quick word? He's on a good race.
Fun to go to race. I followed Harry Skelton into the straight. The lads quick and a quick.
Good man. Thank you. Give it to me, OJ's on a really good race under Keelan Quinn. And you must be really pleased with him there.
Yeah, brilliant run. We really thought he'd been a nice horse. But yeah, other than he's trying to blame him.
Good points in the DPJC conditional jockeys thing.
Yeah, not enough though, don't he?
Keep going.
Thank you.
Harry Skelton's running up the stairs, shaking hands. Life Conti's on a blinder, Harry.
He's run really well, yeah.
keep talking to you. I want to talk to someone else. You might. I want to. That's the one. I need to talk to her, Ollie. But ran really well. Very little experience, but nice horse. Cheers.
Whatever happens, Harry Skelton will be crowned the winner of the David Power Jockeys Cup on Saturday. Still plenty of money up for grabs. The big race, though, Saturday afternoon at 4 o'clock. Let's get the runners and riders with Richard Hodges.
Yeah, all 34 stood their ground from the 5-day stage, so let's run you through the current roll call. Some classy horses towards the top, and the top weight is last year's winner, I Am Maximus. Again, Paul Townend will take them out, looking to emulate Tiger Roll with back-to-back victories. Number 2 is Royal Pagaille, an outsider, but that doesn't stop Felicia Williams in the past with Monmouth. Charlie Deutsch takes the ride, but would Royal Pagaille prefer softer ground. Number 3 is Nick Rocket, successful in the Bobby Joe chase, named after the horse that won this race and came on to win the National in 1999. Key line of 4, looks here, Hat-Trick, Patrick and Willie Mullins. Number 4 is the Irish Gold Cup second, Grange Clare West. In the Cheveley Park colours, they've been trying to win it for years, Brian Hayes and Willie Mullins. Again, the combination, another from the Mullins camp. Hewick came from the back to win the 2023 King George. The drying ground will really suit him. Gavin Sheehan for Shark Hanlon. Hewick, one of the potential contenders. Manila Indo won the 2021 Gold Cup, was third in this race 12 months ago. Rachel Blackmore's ridden a Manila to success in the National, Manila Times in 2021. Appreciated is up in trip. It was over half the distance that he won the Supreme over 2 miles. He now tries the National distance with Sean O'Keefe and another from the Willie Mullins yard. Manila Kakuna is next. Guess who he trains in? Willie Mullins. And Johnny Burke got on this horse, having originally accepted the ride for Stay Away Fame. Will that move prove inspired? Manila Kakuna, Irish National third, the Bet365 Gold Cup winner. Conflated finished third in the Gold Cup back in 2023. He's had a checkered season, has the mount of Jordan Gainford for Gordon Elliott, and he runs in the colours of Tiger Roll. And the horse that won the race at the Cheltenham Festival at Tiger Roll won was Stumptown, winning the cross-country. Gavin Cromwell looking for a Gold Cup Grand National double. Keith Donegan doing the steering. Next up is Hitman, the first of the Paul Nicholls runners. Freddie Gingle, big ride for him. The colours red and white. Amongst the owners, Sir Alex Ferguson. Next up is Beauport, in the colours of Corbière, who won the race in 1983 for the Boroughs. Beauport is the beach, just round the Jersey coast, from Corbière, the lighthouse. Braveman's Game is next. He's dropped a long way from the 2022 Heyday King George winner, and second in that season's Gold Cup. James Reevely comes in for the mount. He has a French association with owner Brian Drew. Next is Chantry House, a Grade 1 novice chase winner here at Aintree back in 2021. James Bowen is in the saddle and been forced to miss the Cheltenham Festival in the JP Manners Hoops. Next up is 3 under through 5. He's finished in the frame in a leading national, the Scottish National, in 2023. Harry Skelton rides for Paul Nicholls. It's the McNeil family colours, the blue and white hoops, maroon sleeves. Another leading candidate from the Cromwell yard is Percival Le Gaulois. Mark Walsh is in the saddle in the JP McManus hoops again. Those caps will be decided during the course of the day. He may well carry the first colours. Next up is Can Do Kid, one of the greys, another from the Nicholls camp, winner of the Coral Gold Cup. Rises in trip, but has experience in the big fences. Was third in the top of last season. Ironco's caught the eye all season, and connections have made no bones about the fact that this has been his long-term target. John Joe O'Neill Jr. is aboard, a previous Cheltenham Festival winner over hurdles. Next up is Intense Raffles, in the double green, JJ Slevin for Tom Gibney. Intense Raffles, 2024 Irish National winner. Next up is another Henry de Bromhead horse, Senior Chief. The drying ground will suit him. He won earlier on in the season at Cheltenham. Darrow Keefe takes them out. Next up is Ida's Bay. Second start for Richard Phillips, having been purchased by the Dozen Dreamers, who'll be living the dream in having a Grand National runner. Mary Bannister is aboard. Next up is Fee-Door, another to be taking a big step up in trip, and another from the Gordon Elliott yard, with Sam Ewing in the Rodcore colours that tasted success at the festival. Broadway Boy was in good form in the autumn and finished second to Can Do Kid in the Coral Gold Cup. His trainer Nigel Twiston Davis has won the race with Earth Summit and Bindaree, and Tom Bellamy is in the saddle. Next up, another grey, Cocoa Beach, lining up for the 4th time. 8th in 2022, pulled up 2023 and 11th in 2024. Will it be 4th time lucky? Jodie McGarvey for Gordon Elliott. Next up, Stay Away Faye. A jockey merry-go-round sees Paul O'Brien on a previous Cheltenham Festival winner in the Albert Bartlett. A good novice initially, he's lost his way but dropped down the weights and is another from the Paul Nicholls yard. Meeting of the Waters ran 7th last year on ground that's softer than Hill Encounter on Saturday. That might help him last home. Danny Mullins could have picked up a big ride for Willie Mullins. Bombay Genius, 4th in the Welsh National, placed at the Cheltenham Festival behind Corrick Rambler a few years ago, has always threatened to win a big race. He's another to have changed hands relatively recently. Nick Schofield for Martin Teddem and John Joe O'Neill. Benillier was 2nd in this race back in 2023, and he lines up off a lower mark after an eye-catching 3rd in the cross-country at the Cheltenham Festival, when he nearly went the wrong way, over, believe it or not, the Aintree vet's Sean Flanagan is aboard. Orazio Dairy is another one that's changed hands relatively recently. He was sold to 50,000 to first-season trainer Michael Keady and Jim Gill for Orazio Dairy. Next up is Highland. Highland is number 30. Nicky Henderson looking for his first winner and will absolutely love the ground. A long-standing itch to scratch for the Henderson yard. Second to Cando, second in the Corso Star over Christmas. That's grade 1, and yet he carries 10 stone 6. Celebradale's got experience over the fences, 4th in the Topham and in the 2023 Beecher. The question will be the trip for him, Millie Hall Nolan for Philip Hobbs and Johnson White. Next up is 3-card Bragg for champion jockey Sean Bowen, who's got a good record over the big fences, but in races like the Topham. Gordon Elliott trains 3-card Bragg towards the foot of the weights. The final 2 to get in were Twig, one of the potential fairy stories for the Morgan family. Owned by them, Bo Morgan takes the mount, Ben Pauling and Twig, who came out of the point-to-point field, having originally been semi-retired. And last but not least amongst the main field is Dufflecoat, 2nd in the Galway Hurdle, and in a strange quirk of fate, he shares his name with a horse that was part of 7 that came down in the 1977 Grand National on my Red Run.
Okay, just before we talk about the big race on Saturday, news from the last race. JJ Slevin, I'm pleased to say, is absolutely fine. Likewise, naturally nimble. Rachel Blackmore walked into the ambulance. Did look pretty sore doing so, so hopefully she will be okay. News on her horse as soon as we get it. AP, Iron Maximus, you said at the start of the show you fancy him again this year. I'd be amazed if he didn't go off favourite on Saturday. Why do you fancy him so strongly?
I thought he was such an impressive winner last year. He obviously is a bit higher in the weight, but he was so impressive. He's such a strong stayer. He is the best horse news, that's why he's good top weight. He's been trained for the race by Willie Mullins. What more do you want?
Say no, what more do you want? Adele, you normally want 2 or 3. What do you want?
I've got 2. Am I
You
right?
got 2, that's all right.
Okay, well, I like Hewitt. I mean, he's got the right kind of profile, I suppose, being a King George winner. He'll stay the trip. He comes out on top, so I think, for the IQ racing with his jumping. But I also quite like Highland, and I backed him at 40 to 1, and I think he's half the price now. I think he's a very well handicapped horse. And it's about time we had a grey horse win it, isn't it?
There's only ever been 3.
Yeah, it's about time. So,
more on the last one in just a second. Now, are you going for Nicky Henderson to win the Grand National 46 years later?
No. No. And it's nothing to do with the fact that I rode quite a few of them that ended up on the floor in a few years when I was riding for it. I just feel that if I could get a bet, and I think it's 2 to 1, JP McManus to be the winning owner, I think he's got some very strong chances with Percival Legalwa, Iroko, and I Am Maximus, and I think it's Iroko who is the lighter race of them all. I think he could be the one. He was placed in the Grade 1 here last year, behind the Gold Cup winner. That could be good enough for me.
Who do you fancy at home? Lots more build-up to come. And then on Saturday, whatever you're doing on Saturday, make sure you're with us from 3:15, the build-up, the race-off at 4. A day when we'll remember this day 13 years ago. Daryl Jacob on Neptune Collonges for the late John Hales, and he could have been riding Intense Raffles. It hasn't gone Daryl's way. More on that on Saturday. More now on our last race, I'm afraid. News has filtered through that Willie Tahul, I'm afraid, suffered a fatal injury in that race. Our thoughts with the Richies We hope Rachel's okay and Willie Mullins will take the gloss off him winning that contest. That's sad news coming out of the juvenile hurdle. Right, the third Grade 1 comes next. Richard.
Yeah, thanks, Ed. And the perils actually just shown, because it's coming through from Godolphin, that the injury that was suffered a little bit earlier on in the week from one of their leading hopes, Ancient Truth, has proved a fatal one as well. So it's worth reminding that racehorses are very fragile animals, that accidents can occur at home as well as on the racecourse, and our commiserations, thoughts with connections on both of those horses. So let's deal with the runners and riders for our next contest, the Brooklands Golden Villa Chronograph Bowl Chase, and they're headed by a real specialist at the meeting, Ohai Senor. Gets it wrong elsewhere, but he tends to get it right here. 2 wins and 2 seconds from 4 runs. And the Grand National meeting, Patrick Watch riding for Lucinda Russell. Number 2 is Jello, Charlie Deutsch and Venetia Williams, the colours of Peter Davis. Number 3, Embassy Gardens, looking for a quick-fire treble. Paul Town in for Willie Mullins. Paul elected to ride this horse for Sean and Bernadine Mulryan. And ahead at number 4, Gaelic Warrior, who hasn't really recaptured the form he showed last season. Patrick Mullins is in the Ritchie colours for, once again, Father Willie. Number 5 is the Grey Dawning for Harry and Dan Skelton, the impressive winner at Kelso, having bypassed the festival. Will that pay dividends? Owner Robert Kirkland's had a terrific run of form with his horses over the last month or so. Number 6, Milan's Tower, sadly isn't absentee. And number 7, Stage Star is next for Harry Cobden and Paul Nichols. Relatively lightly raced this year, and another will be hoping that his season can catch light late on. And a break, the real whacker, could well be the pace in the race for Brian Hughes and Patrick Neville. The real whacker who gave it his all in the Gold Cup and finishing 5th just 20 days ago. The absence of Spillane Tower does have an impact, not just in reducing one of the leading chances, but also the number of each-way places from 3 down to 2.
Yes, an 11-to-1 double for Willie Mullins and Paul Town, and then Pere Pass and Murcia winning the first 2 Grade 1s. In the revised market, as you alluded to, Richard, you can see though it's Grey Dawning for the Skelton brothers atop the market at 2-to-1. But Gaelic Warrior, one of 2 in the race for Willie Mullins, but not the selected amount of Paul Town. It's Patrick Mullins who, of course, rides Nick Rocket in the National on Saturday, the only amateur with a ride in the big race. Gaelic Warrior opened up 4-to-1 and is now a strong second favourite 5-to-2. Embassy Gardens at 11-to-2. As we continue to remember the late Michael O'Sullivan, who rode this horse to be 6th in the Irish Gold Cup and bowled up at Tremor on New Year's Day. But Paul Town will have Michael on his shoulder. 11-to-2. Ohai Senor, the entry specialist, 13-to-2. And Stage Star, yes, the stage is set for a wonderful race at 17-to-2.
So welcome to the paddock for the bowl, the third of our Grade 1s today. And we're going to start with Willie Mullins. Where better to start? He's already had 2 winners. But it's interesting, you just heard from Paul Townend why he came off this lad. This is Gaelic Warrior. He's a quirky horse, he's got tons of ability. He has won over 3 miles over hurdles, but we know him more for running over 2. He jumps left, which is a problem. What about Hank? Here he is. He's a stalwart of entry, his 5th run here, and his beloved Jamie Duff leading him up here again today. Here he is, Ohai Senor. 1122 are his entry numbers. He absolutely comes alive at this place. But my God, he can gallop through a jump. And he fell in the Gold Cup when he's going well. Come on, Hank, show us your best foot here at Aintree. Beautiful Grey Dawning in behind. A Cheltenham Festival winner. The Skelton team decided to bypass Cheltenham and come straight here. He was really good last time in a lower grade race. And the Skeltons, of course, heading the Trainers' Championship. But Willie Mullins eating in all the time with those 2 big winners. And they'll be hoping that this guy can bag them a good bit of prize money. Number 7, this is Stage Star for Paul Nichols. How frustrating is he be? You can own a bit of this horse for 36 quid. How fun would that be? And here's Embassy Gardens. Paul Townend has chosen this boy. He said, look, I think he slips in here a bit under the radar. He's done absolutely nothing wrong. Light framed horse, doesn't particularly fill the eye, but he's another one of Willie's that we know has an engine. And here's Jello, Charlie Deutsch, new dad, Cara leading up, had an absolutely brilliant season, apart from the Ryanair, where he literally didn't show up. Let's see what he can do today.
Yeah, Grey Dawning, if you're looking at these horses at the start of the year, I'm trying to figure out which one could be a Gold Cup horse. It was him, and he went 2 head up for his first start in the Betfair Chase, where he travelled with great swagger through the early part of the race. Jumped brilliantly inside right, beguiled Brave Man's Game on the outside, and he was filling your eye. But as the race progressed, at Haydock, and the rain-soaked Haydock, real testing ground, and they got down and gritty. Grey Dawning deep, run out of petrol eventually, jumped to the lead of the second last fence, went to the last, and his usual ace, jumping, let him down, missed it down to the North Fours, and ended up going up and down in the one spot. And that really had an effect on Grey Dawning. His next start was the King George. It was 50-50 whether he run or not, went to the first fence, stood too far off and screwed in the air and did the splits, and effectively that was his season at a crossroads. So Dan Skelton scrapped Cheltenham, headed to Kelso with him, and he bounced back with his old mojo, jumped out to make the run, and he looked a really happy horse. He was in a good place, his ears pricked, he jumped really well, travelled really well. This has been his aim, and this is going to save Grey Dawning's season if he can win the Betfair Bowl today, or the Brooklands Golden Winner, Chronograph Bowl even this afternoon. But he is the one to beat, but his whole season has been, it revolves around today. He has to deliver.
Race name is quite a mouthful there, Ruby. You did extremely well. In a race that Desert Orchid once won, and now we've got this other Galloping Grey, hugely popular Grey Dawning. He's got that Premier Chase at Kelso amongst those 9 career wins in the colours of Robert Kirk. Have already had great fun with this horse. And here he comes on his way to post. Do you fancy him today, Mick?
I don't know, the only thing that puts me off is the fact that he's got an ordinary record here at Aintree. And you can't, I don't think you can underplay it when you've got a horse like a High Seigneur who loves this place. I just fear that if he has an Achilles heel, looking at the form figures, I think his form around Aintree is that Achilles heel.
So High Seigneur, you think so? Good chance again?
You know what?
He loves this place?
You know, Dale and I were talking about this. I never thought I'd hear myself saying that I think the High Seigneur's got a great chance of winning a race like this. But the fact that he's so proven at this track. For some reason, he really seems to love the way the races are run around.
Good news to the weighing room. Rachel Blackmore's okay. Thank goodness for that. She is a tough cookie. Let's look at the betting, Adele. 9-4 Grey Dawning, 11-4 Gaelic Warrior. Who do you like?
I'm with Mick, to be honest with you. I can't believe I was saying that. I think High Seigneur is probably one of the safest betting options because you have to watch him with your, like, kind of through your hands, really, because he, obviously, when he makes a mistake, he's quite scary, but he seems to like it around here. And I have to say, I thought he looks an absolute picture. Grey Dawning, I think obviously the Betfair Chase at Haydock took quite a lot out of him. The freshen up did him the world of good after Kempton, and yeah, he's been kept fresh and ready for this. But with Mick, I'm just not quite sure about him at Aintree. Obviously, High Seigneur loves it here.
I think Grey Dawning would be the safest one if you're picking one. That is that little question mark from Haydock, but Dan Skelton gone back to winning ways at Kelso, and that might really suit him. The 2 Willie Mullins ones haven't, beaten Cheltenham. I think Gaelic Warrior especially, they're probably the 2 he's got to beat.
Other way round in the betting with Paul Townend riding Embassy Gardens, who's a bigger price than Gaelic Warrior. Will they get away? Round one of those turns, Richard.
Yes, Stage Star's the one that's playing up a little bit, and again they just start from a long way back, and it gives the indication of a slow start. So I don't know. We gave the potential solution to this over the festival about just okay. Look, they started a long way back. They'll start half the way back this time, and it'll be fine.
The trouble is, Richard, on most of the starts, particularly the 2-mile start, they can't go too far back. And that was the trouble. Harry Skelton on Grey Dawning didn't feel like he was in the right position. He was shouting, no, no, no. And also Harry Cobden as well. But now they're off.
Yeah, no surprise. The real whacker it is who leads early on with Stage Star, Grey Dawning and a High Seigneur. A wave of 4 as they head on the Emerald Turf towards the first. Over in 5th is Embassy Gardens with Jello and Gaelic Warrior at the back. So it's Grey Dawning and Stage Star setting a brisk pace. The real backer in 3rd, High Seigneur, who often goes forward, is no closer than 4th as they reach the open ditch number 2. Embassy Gardens took it ahead of Jello, Gaelic Warrior, last of the 7. So now it just settles down after that early joust for the lead with Stage Star and Grey Dawning. The 2 that show ahead of the real whacker, Embassy Gardens and High Seigneur, are back in 5th place at the moment as Stage Star and Grey Dawning lead them towards the next. The real whacker over from Embassy Gardens and High Seigneur back in 5th. Jello in 6th place and Gaelic Warrior at the back. So it's Stage Star who leads the turn with on the inside Grey Dawning, and there's about half a length between. Oh, pulled up Embassy Gardens. Embassy Gardens pulled up swiftly in front of the stands, and I think has lost his action. Hopefully he is okay. He's moving a bit short and has been dismounted. So Stage Star racing on the outside of Grey Dawning. third place races the Real Whacker. Ahoy Senor, Jello in fifth place, just hit a slight flat spot there, as he can do. And Gaelic Warrior is last of the field. As I say, MC Gardens dismounted by Paul Townend. So down the back, Grey Dawning on the inside of Stage Star. Over in third, the Real Whacker from Jello. Ahoy Senor just taking a while to warm up with, at the back of the pack, Gaelic Warrior. So they race on towards the next plane fence. Stage Star, who out-jumped Grey Dawning at the previous fence, see what happens this time, has done so again. And Stage Star is getting into the good rhythm down the back, Ruby.
Yeah, he is. Stage Star out now 2.5 mile of a great run in the Cotswolds chase, a really solid jumper. I wouldn't be too worried about Grey Dawning's jumping. He's met the last two fences tight. Harry spots a stride here and he pings that well. Went the ping and kind of landed on it. Gaelic Warrior has settled really well. I know he's at the back for Patrick Mullins, but there would have been a thought maybe he would have been a bit keen, but he settled well for him, and he'll be lobbing along, following these for as long as he can.
Yeah, I said you're still back in the field. We used to see him in that position round here, so still a long way to go. Stage Start out in the lead by a length from Grey Dawning. The Real Whacker is 2 lengths away. Jello by half a length from in fifth place Ahoy Senor, and 3 lengths back to Gaelic Warrior as the runners make their way down the side. So out in the lead, it is Stage Star who has the advantage from Grey Dawning. Third place the Real Whacker, then Jello. Ahoy Senor put down there. Ahoy Senor, big error. He can miss the odd one out. He's just been on the back foot from the word go, Ahoy Senor. He went up with the pace. He's back in fifth. And Gaelic Warrior in sixth place as Stage Star makes the turn up the home straight. So Stage Star has the lead from Grey Dawning, the Real Whacker in third. 4 lengths back to Jello, Ahoy Senor, and Gaelic Warrior. And Stage Star was just a little bit tight there. And the field now just begin to bunch up slightly as they make their way up the home straight towards another open ditch. It is Stage Star who has the lead by a length or so from Grey Dawning. Jumps that well. The Real Whacker in third. Jello's turn to make a mistake. Just pitched on landing and his nose kissed the turf. He was well picked up by Charlie Deutsch. As Ahoy Senor's moved through into fourth, and having packed up over the previous fence, they're stretching out again. Stage Star leads Grey Dawning, the Real Whacker. Gaelic Warrior just beginning to get into the field here in fourth place. He's travelled kindly through the first circuit. They bunch up. Gaelic Warrior just beginning to creep into it.
Have an earpiece, Richard, to talk to Patrick Mullins. Keep taking your time, because Stage Star in front is a doubtfulish there. The Real Whacker's in a good rhythm for on the outside under Brian Hughes, but Grey Dawning, I'm not convinced by him. Richard, what about you?
Yeah, I know there's a couple that haven't really travelled. Grey Dawning and Ahoy Senor at various stage. Stage Star it is who has the lead. Grey Dawning in second place. The Real Whacker, who was one of the first to be pushed along, he's right back in it. But Gaelic Warrior right alongside Ahoy Senor, travelling very strongly. And Jello, after that error, he is at the back of the pack. Stage Star leads Grey Dawning, the Real Whacker. Again, Ahoy Senor not as fluent as Gaelic Warrior. Sixth place is Jello as they continue their progress down the back straight. It's Stage Star who has the advantage. That lead 2 lengths from the Real Whacker. Grey Dawning on the inside, and just wanting to get a little bit closer again, Harry Skelton. Jumps that okay. Gaelic Warrior continues to be the one that catches the eye at this stage. And Ahoy Senor, about as close as he has ever been, is now asked for an effort to improve on the outside. See if he sees a stride here as Stage Star leads the Real Whacker. Grey Dawning and Ahoy Senor just working into it. Still Gaelic Warrior on the premises in 5th place, and then last of the 6 is Jello. So this is the last on the far side. Stage Star, Grey Dawning gave that a belt. The Real Whacker in second. Ahoy Senor, first signs as the up-in trip Gaelic Warrior was shaken along for the first time of any anxiety by Patrick Mullins as Stage Star leads the Real Whacker. Grey Dawning, Ahoy Senor is pushed along again, 2 lengths to Gaelic Warrior. This race has had changed complexion a lot for those in behind Stage Star, who's continued on his merry way. Others going forward and back. Grey Dawning going forward. Ahoy Senor going forward. The Real Whacker holding station. Gaelic Warrior, having hit that flat spot, is just being humoured along in 5th. They bunch up here for the Brooklands Golden Miller. It is all up for grabs. Stage Star right-hand side. The Real Whacker. Left-hand side Ahoy Senor. Then Grey Dawning and Gaelic Warrior. Third last. Grey Dawning will use the effort. Hasn't got to Stage Star yet. Then is the Real Whacker. Ahoy Senor on the outside. And then Gaelic Warrior. Stage Star and Grey Dawning heading towards the last 2. Over in the lead from Gaelic Warrior, who's moved through into third, and he's beginning to close on the front pair. Down towards the last. Grey Dawning, Stage Star, and Gaelic Warrior head towards the last in the bowl. Grey Dawning out in front for the Skeltons. Down the outside, Gaelic Warrior for Willie Mullins. The front 2 potentially in the
concentrate his title, and Gaelic Warrior jumped in better, is away from it better. Grey Dawney's got a link to find, and the Mullins bandwagon rolls on as Gaelic Warrior sees out the trick well and wins the bowl. For Patrick Mullins and the Riches, Grey Dawney one mistake too many at the last. Stage Star ran really well in third. The real whacker of High Senor and Jello. Gaelic Warrior travelled really, really well for the first part of this contest. Then just hit that little flat spot, was humoured along. A good jump at the second last, landed running. And the key moment, the better leap at the last as Gaelic Warrior, who's been such a slow burn this year, lands the bowl for the Mullins. 3 on the day for Willie.
And just to rub it in, beating Skelton in the process. Patrick Mullins becomes the first amateur to win the bowl, as we see the real whacker and Ahoy Senor coming through shot there. He's so talented, this horse, Ruby.
He is really talented, Ed, and so is the man that trains him. Look, he's had an up and down season. It's been stop-start with him, but look, Willie Mullins decided late, no, we're not going to Cheltenham, we'll come here. And his work even coming here, Ed, was only okay. His last bit was much better, and then he decides to go. I know plenty of us thought maybe he should hang on to Punchestown, but Willie Mullins knows what he's doing, and I think Patrick's given him a great ride. Timed it lovely, kept going back in on him. He was the last of Liberty's challenge, got on the back of Grey Dawn, and he's gone and collected. Delighted for him.
Patrick, who rides Nick Rocket in the big one on Saturday afternoon. He punched the air there, Alice. You enjoyed that?
He certainly did. We're just getting the hood off him here. Hang on a sec. Patrick, you punched the air. That clearly meant a lot.
It did. I have a great soft spot for this fella. He's not simple, but he's got a huge engine, so I'm just delighted to have got a chance on him again.
He saw out the trick really well. We spoke to Paul Townend before, and we know, he's got his quirk.
He does, and some days things go wrong and it unsettles him, but today everything went lovely. He settled great, jumped really well, and it's really good.
You just had to humour him along every now and then, though, didn't you?
Well, see, he was so settled, and he's got the hood on, and I wasn't sure. We'd obviously given him a bit of easy time when he hadn't gone to Cheltenham, and I didn't want to be getting there too soon. But he just settled so well, but every time I gave him a squeeze or a bop, he picked up.
You're the first amateur to win the bowl, but you're an amateur in name alone. You've been trying to win at all the racecourses in the country. You've got a whole load of targets, but this is a big one.
It is. It's my first time riding over a chase track here in Aintree, so great to get it, and we'll have a few more years trying to get around the rest of the tracks, but this is very special.
Well done, Patrick.
Surprised by that on UAP. First time he's ridden around the Mildmay, the chase track here.
Yeah, well, it looked like it the way he rode. Making a great ride, as Ruby said, he kept going back in. The Harry Skelton's horse missed the last little bit, but sure, the Pendle Gate was probably just run that a little bit, whereas this horse was staying on well, but to think that he got beaten to Fred Winter a few years ago at 129, he hasn't half improved. To win over all kinds of trips and to come here, as Ruby said, for Willie to bring him here and win a race like this, great training performance, and he's got a very good ride too.
Those days, he'd go right quite violently. Not really today. Kept going straight on the run in the second, and Harry kept asking him. He never jumped with quite the extravagance he has in the past.
No, there was times where he was very good and he was very clever, and then there was times where he was making silly little mistakes. But to be honest with you, I think Patrick had the right horse in front of him going to the last, giving a nice toe to more or less halfway to the winning line. So hats off to Patrick. He's given his horse a fantastic ride.
Gaelic Warrior back down to 11-4 in the end. Paul Townend chose to ride Embassy Gardens, of course. So Gaelic Warrior, you could have got 7s and 8s overnight. Went off 11-4. Grey Dawning second at 9-4. Stage Star finished in third. 3 out of 3 for his dad, Willie Mullins. Wow.
Unbelievable. Like, will you give somebody else a chance with it? This is the entry, for goodness sake. This is not Cheltenham. You're not supposed to do this here. But I think it just goes to show you, what a genius that man is, because the way Gaelic Warrior has been running this year, if you said to somebody, yeah, he's going to win the Grade 1 at Aintree over 3 miles, they'd have laughed him. But there's nobody laughing now.
He's led in here by Elliott, with a smiling Patrick Mullins. He really enjoyed that, keen to give the horse credit. He bolted up that day at the Arkle. I probably thought he wanted 2 miles of soft ground. And go the other way around.
says Willie Mullins is a genius, but sometimes what geniuses do is really mad things, and a lot of the times they work, and they're only mad to us watching, they're not mad to them that do it. I saw it with Martin Pipe for years, and Willie Mullins is one of those people. He's not frightened to do things that it's a case of it might work.
And this will be a big moment for Susanna and Rich Ritchie, who had a tough season, lost him out the highlight. They lost their horse in the juvenile hurdle in last race, which would have been emotional for them. But now they're back winning again with Gaelic Warrior. These colours will be carried by Royal Pagay in the big one on Saturday. So imagine the ground might not be suitable for that horse. Gaelic Warrior winning again, a family affair here at Aintree.
Who do you think he's backing? Well, me, obviously.
He might be short, but your odds aren't. Paddy Power, proud sponsors of racing on ITV.
Number 9, Pocket Rocket. Big favourite today, Gina.
He's small for a colt, but he's well built with a healthy coat.
You've only got to look at his breeding to know he'll enjoy this trip. It's good to soft in places, but the sire handles the ground, so I'm confident he'll act on it too.
What are the favourite maps?
If he learns to settle, he's the nap for me.
This Grand National, we have money back as a free bet if your horse finishes second, third or fourth in any race of your choice today at Aintree. Paddy Power.
With Virgin Media, get smooth, lightning fast M125 broadband for under £26 a month and no setup fee. Switching is simple. You do nothing, and we'll handle everything for you. Virgin Media. See what you can do.
Home Pong's getting a bit pongy. Your nose is having a nightmare. Airwick 24/7 Active Fresh Auto Spray tackles odours effortlessly. Now infused with 2 times more essential oils for amazing fragrance that's aerosol free and lasts for up to 70 days. So, to battle odours easily, your nose knows. Now that's a breath of fresh Airwick.
Save big in the Seacrop Mobility Spring Sale. Our compact, reliable, easy-to-use e-travel mobility scooter can be yours for only $599. The lightweight, ultra-manoeuvrable Photon power chair pairs comfort with style. Now half price. 5-year warranty available on selected products. Save $500 on this road-going mobility scooter. Perfect for your everyday errands. Rest and rise easier in a dual-motor riser recliner. Now half price. Find your local stockist at seacropmobility.com.
The greatest of all time is not who you think. The GOAT is a horse.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is...
Witness true greatness at Aintree and get a £5 free bet when you bet £5 with Sky Bet.
Look, it was neck and neck at one point.
Sure, on the start line. Ouf, le Berne.
Paddy Power, proud sponsors of racing on ITV.
3 races down, a hat-trick for Willie Mullins. Gaelic Warrior won the Brooklands Golden Miller Chronograph Bowl in brilliant fashion for son Patrick. And these are the machines bringing you these incredible pictures. From the helicopter to the drone to our wire camera in the straight. Maintenance not for the faint-hearted. All for you, Ruby.
All for me, Ed, and I'm very grateful to have it. And then, of course, Hannah here somehow puts it all into shots that I can use. But look, I'm the kind of geek that thinks this is brilliant stuff. stuff to be looking at, and I think this is a great ride to watch. I was commenting passing the winner post. I wish I could talk to Patrick Mullins to get him to stay where he is, but that's exactly what he did. And he even lets a high senior who's just outside him in the red. He lets a high senior by him here, and that gets all the horses he wants in front of him. So he's able to watch the race develop, and he keeps having the confidence to go back in and stay behind. He's riding this to have one late challenge. He's eyes firmly on Harry Skelton in the grey, and he's using him like a guide in front of him. So they're rounded off the home turn. He jumps outside the real whacker here, but he doesn't press the button. He nudges him to go to the real whacker, and now he says, he pings the second last, he sends it, gets up to 33 miles an hour heading to the last fence, a good solid jump, and away he goes to the line to win. It's a very confident ride, but the guys riding for Willie Mullins get that confidence from him. He leaves it in their hands to do what they think is right, and when it goes wrong, they'll never get in trouble. He gives them confidence, gives them belief, and they deliver more often than not.
Patrick rode a hoist in your... Patrick, what did you make of it? He didn't seem early to be his usual zestful for self.
Yeah, he hasn't really been going. I wonder if he just was remembering Johnson, to be honest. And it took a while to warm up, and once he warmed up, I thought I had a chance turning in, but he was never really going the whole way, so a bit disappointed, to be honest, but he's back safe, so that's what matters.
Top man.
Thank you.
Brian Hughes just coming back into the weighing room. He rode the real whacker for Patrick Neville. What were your thoughts on that?
Went well. Ollie was outside of the field. He's still there turning in. Thought he'd been a better race in the Gold Cup. This track, as mad as it sounds, probably suits him better. And I was keener to give him light today. Not keep him well. I mean, there's good horses around him. Can't be expecting any more than that, really. Cheers.
He ran a blinder, I thought.
Yeah, fantastic horse. You know, sometimes you've got to come to the best, haven't you? But he jumped great. Got into nice with him, managed to do chasing in front, and we've been meeting quite two very good horses.
Thanks for stopping.
Thank you.
I know he's getting very bored of talking to me, but his horses are running really well. Sorry, me again, Harry.
Yeah, he ran well. I was never that happy though, Ollie. But, you know, the Mullins team again, but nothing but admiration for what they're doing. They get us out of bed in the morning and they make us, you know, strive to be better, and absolutely remarkable what they're doing.
Are you guys looking over your shoulder with the Trainers' Championship now?
Of course you are, but that's never over till it's over. But, you know, what those guys are doing and the team they have is, you know, they built that up, and yeah, we want to take them on, but we're trying.
Did the last cost you?
No, I don't think so. I think Patrick was always kind of like a commentator, but I was just never that happy today. He just wasn't. Maybe the ground was just a bit too good for him. But the ground is what it is, and we'll be back. We'll get back and we'll have another go.
No doubt.
Cheers.
Well, this is where they really turn the taps on. Stage star, we've got Grey Dawning. Gaelic Warrior, Sam, what's it like to be this close?
You can hear it, you can hear the helicopters, listen to this.
Watch them jump this, watch them jump this, see a second last.
Oh,
Wing!
Look, just the size of them and they just fly.
Look at the crowd cheering them.
Look, I've been in the crowd before, I hear people saying, ears pricked. Is that what we're looking for now, down the final furlong, the last jump?
What we're looking for is Grey Dawning, go on my Stan!
Who's got it?
Go on!
Ava!
Go on!
Go on!
Oh, it's got me! No, it's Gaelic Warriors one!
Go on!
Oh, Willie Mullins again!
Easy again!
Unbeatable.
Sorry, it's so windy out here, my cape is taking you out there. But
I don't mind.
People don't feel it at home, do they? Have the wind, the atmosphere, and seeing their horses glide over that fence. Oh.
Never get bored of it.
Get it in my veins.
It's windy out on course. It's loud down here on the Red Rum Lawn, where in just under an hour's time the punters here at Aintree will be cheering on the runners and riders in the Hunter Chase. The first opportunity for us to see the national fences in action, and one of the riders is David Maxwell. It is fun throughout the week here, but you're going to have an awful lot of fun out on the track in a moment, aren't you?
I actually can't believe that you've come up to the serious end of the racetrack and grabbed me and brought me down
You
here.
were mobbed on the way down here.
This is what I've been missing all my life. I've been up the serious end with uptight squares like you in ties and suits and shirts, and all the fun's down here.
Well, if you win, you can come back and party in there later.
I'm coming down here straight after the Fox Hunters, and yeah, no, I mean, it's fun down here, but I'm really looking forward to getting out there on Joker de May.
And for the amateur jockeys, how much of a thrill is it to ride around the national fences?
It's huge. I can't quite emphasise this enough, how exciting it is for us amateurs to get out on this racetrack, because it's iconic. You know, it's a beautiful racetrack. It's also a massive day's racing, and this is the feature over those fences, and so it's it's a huge thing for the amateur fraternity.
We do see you ride quite a lot. You are a Corinthian jockey, but just for those that don't know, you have a day job. You're a sort of property investor in the day. You're a jockey in the afternoon. How do you make it work?
Sorry, does Corinthian mean terrible?
No. It's the old school amateur.
I know. It's a privilege to be able to do it. I'm lucky to do a job that isn't massively difficult and allows me to go to race courses all over the country. So on a random Tuesday I might be at Plumpton or Taunton or somewhere like that, somewhere else really glamorous and fun.
Very quickly, should we back your horse in the 100 Chase? I think he's got a good chance.
You absolutely should. This is the nicest horse I've ridden in this race for a long time, and we've actually had a plan to run him this for 2 years, so this is the culmination of 2 years of effort.
Good man. We will get the champagne on ice for you for the celebrations here on the Red Run Road after. David, good luck. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.
And before we take it to the max comes the Aintree Hurdle. So far today, a 44-1 treble for Willie Mullins. He's got Lossiemouth taking on this guy, Constitution Hill, in a clash to savour.
Hold your horses! Isn't that your man? Yeah, in from the telly. Excusez-moi, Monsieur Chapman. A selfie?
Paddy Power, proud sponsors of racing on ITV.
At Tesco, get Jack Daniel's Old No. 7 1 litre whiskey. Now only £25. And get 25% off 3 Tesco Finest wines and fizz with your Tesco Club card. Cheers, everyone. Tesco, every little helps.
When you start to have mobility issues, bathrooms can become a real nightmare. At EA Mobility, we can help bring your struggles to an end. We carry out specialist adaptations to make bathrooms fully accessible. We handle it all, from design to installation, and our work comes with a lifetime installation guarantee. Order now to receive £500 cashback. Arrange a free, no obligation home assessment. Call 0800 441 4444 or visit eamobility.com.
Jump racing. Proper guts. Proper glory. The sport of breathtaking ups and downs that must be overcome and properly rewarded. So William Hill give you a top price guarantee against selected competitors every day of the Grand National Festival. That's proper value from a proper bookmaker. William Hill. Betting done properly.
Once you know how it feels to dine out in style, you won't need to think twice. Offers now on. Spring it on. Barker and Stonehouse.
My jockey says the British will be cleaning up at Cheltenham. Yeah, picking up pint glasses. Oh, I walked into that one.
Paddy Power, proud sponsors of racing on ITV.
So here we go, the clash we've wanted. Lossiemouth, the 2-time Mares Hurdle winner, in a rematch with Constitution Hill after they met at Kempton at Christmas. He was the winner that day. What will happen this time around after he lost his unbeaten record under rules in all that drama in the Champion Hurdle? The clash is on at Aintree. Let's get the details with Richard.
Yes, this is the feature race of the afternoon. It's the William Hill Aintree Hurdle. £250,000 and 2.5 miles. Of course, there is no championship 2.5 mile hurdle at Cheltenham. This clash between Constitution Hill and Lossiemouth, the one we were deprived of at the festival. So number 1, Constitution Hill, who came down, of course, in the Champion Hurdle. Nico de Boinville and Nicky Henderson willing to put his career back on track. Riding for Nicky Henderson, the colours of Michael Buckley. 2 South is a non-runner. That was taken out in most of your papers. Number 3 is Tell Her the Name. Keelan Woods is retained owners the Mixons. John Joe and AJ O'Neill has a stiff task, and that's reflected in the market.
as does number 4, Break My Soul, but there is still significant prize money up for grabs. Break My Soul for the Donahues and Matthew Rogers. Number 5 is Lossiemouth. Didn't run in the champion hurdle, made short work of the mare's hurdle field. 2.5 miles. She tries to avenge Constitution Hill for his defeat of her over 2 miles. Christmas hurdle. Number 6 is Take No Chances. Harry and Dan Skelton, the colours of Gary Wilson. And number 7, War 2. Unbeaten over hurdles and a very easy winner at the Cheltenham Festival. Progressing through the ranks, Danny Gilligan and Gordon Elliott. You could just do with a tonic. Gordon's sauce is just running a little bit flat at the moment. The Sundowners Partnership will be raising their glasses. Constitution Hill versus Lossiemouth in the William Hill Aintree Hurdle.
Yes, the Willie Mullins bandwagon is simply pouring. It's roaring. If you've just joined us, WP Mullins won the first Grade 1 just shy of a 45-1. Friendly's got Lossiemouth in the big one of the day, but the news is because of that, the confidence really pouring onto the Mullins battalion in the Randolph Strand National on Saturday. 6 runners on the National, including Aya Maximus last year's winner, who was double figures 10-11-1 before racing, now clipped into 7-1 and only 8-1 on the exchanges. So WP Mullins, Aya Maximus, if you fancy any of the Mullins runners, take the price, best odds guaranteed. Ladies, what's going to win the big one?
Lossiemouth! Constitution Hill. Constitution Hill. Lossiemouth.
Divided opinion amongst the ladies, and it's divided here, laws, with Raymond Vanny as well. It's 10 your pick, 11-10, each of 2. Constitution Hill and Lossiemouth, 8-1 Woodoo, and number 6, Take No Chances, 25-1. Alice, they can't split them in the ring.
Well, it's breezy here in the paddock. We're going to start off with this 8-1 shot that we just heard about from Brian. This is Woodoo, who was very impressive at Cheltenham. A 7 times winner, this filly. Listen, she's taking on the absolute Goliaths of this sport. But she's unbeaten so far. She looks great, doesn't she? Because she is, though. This is who you want to see. This is Lossiemouth. She's an absolute beauty. Light frame, she's always been the same. Already a 3 times Cheltenham Festival winner, just 6 years old. We know she didn't take on Constitution Hill in the champion, but she's taking him on today over her favourite 2.5 miles. And literally, this lad gets a rip of applause as he goes around the paddock. Constitution Hill, he's so chill. Always when I see him with Jade leading him round, you just can't believe how he takes it all in. Please jump round. Let's just see how he goes. For sure, the trip brings them closer together. Nico de Voinville gets on board. He doesn't even turn a hair, does he? He's going to be the first out of the paddock. Enjoy this boy. He's our poster boy of the sport.
He is the poster boy of the sport, but as the old saying goes, if you play with fire, eventually you will get burnt. And Constitution Hill has always been a little bit on the edge. He's a brilliant jumper, but he does take chances, and he's always on the edge. Watch his feet, they barely get skimmed the top of the hurdle where he steps a little bit in front. Now that was a fighting fit. He did the very same in the champion hurdle, reach for it and just gets over the top bar. We saw him also do the same at Kempton, away from the stands in the Christmas hurdle, stands a mile off it and just about gets there himself. Then you had him in the international hurdle where he changed his mind. He was a long way off, but Nick said go on, he changed his mind and he clattered the hurdle. And then of course what happened to him in the champion hurdle, halfway down the back, he doesn't get off the ground, straight into the middle of the hurdle and over he goes. But Constitution Hill on a whole is a pretty good jumper, and we have seen him also jump really, really well. When you watched him in January, and this is what he can do, watch how he gets off the ground. But that's what you want, that little bit of elevation, up, over and down. What you don't want is trajectory that just goes straight towards the ground. That's what he's been doing a little bit of late, and eventually got caught out the last end, and I think that fall will have taught him.
So which camp are you in at home? Betting can't separate them at the minute. Constitution Hill on the left, those 11 wins. Lossiemouth so brilliant at the festival a few weeks ago. Which camp is Adele Mulrennan in?
How dare you even ask me? Constitution Hill, without a doubt. I love him. Honestly, I think he's been the best hurdler we have seen for a very, very long time. I was absolutely heartbroken when I watched him at Cheltenham. Heartbroken. But the thing is, Ed, you've got to remember, horses are just like us. They can make mistakes, and he made a mistake.
He was too old. In fact, it's even money right now. He's leading the parade. Here is Take No Chances, Harry Skelton riding for Dan. I love those words Harry said to Ollie about the rivalry with Willie Mullins. That is exactly what a top sportsman should say, in my opinion. Next in line is the big outsider, Break My Soul. Keith Donoghue riding for Ian, who's looking for a first Grade 1 in the colours of Matthew Rogers. Horse number 3 is Tell Her the Name. He's on his toes. Keelan Woods riding for John Joe O'Neill. John Joe, who won this with Rhinestone Cowboy 21 years ago. As we go up to the helicopter shots, imagine Lossiemouth is somewhere in the parades, in the Ritchie colours, for Willie Mullins, who's won all 3 races. But it's the other mare who follows, Wad Who, so brilliant. For the Sundowners partnership at the Cheltenham Festival, Danny Gilligan riding for Gordon Elliott. And here she is. For Willie Mullins, 3 out of 3 so far today. He's won this twice. Last year with Imperial Pass, before that with Annie Power. Is she more suited by this trip of 2.5?
I think it suits her better. Whatever about Constitution Hill, as Ruby said this morning, there's no doubt that Lossiemouth looks more like a 2.5 miler than a 2 miler. See Constitution Hill go down to the start here. He actually looked the picture in the paddock in terms of his coat he looked immaculate. But I would say that this trip is more her bag than his.
Here's Lossiemouth, Paul Townend riding away at the moment. Constitution Hill must be coming to meet Luke.
He certainly is, yeah. He's done plenty of schooling since he ended up on the deck last time. Got to just come down to this hurdle, and he's having a good look at it, funny enough, so which is good news, I think. Nico's taken those earplugs out, you can see in his hand. We just chucked them to Seamus O'Neill. There is just see going past Break My Soul. Here's Keelan Woods, he rides Tell Her the Name. Good luck, Keelan. Nice looking horse. And we'll just wait for, here comes Lossiemouth. And interesting watching the way jockeys do things. Paul Townend, quite a lot of jockeys now haven't been showing the horse the obstacles. He always shows his horse an obstacle, whether it's just a sort of, you know, a superstition thing or not, I don't know. But Wad Who, the 2 mares there, Wad Who and Lossiemouth. We'll just see if she does come over, because she comes into a totally different preparation to Constitution Hill. She comes over the back of a very easy win. Her confidence is going to be very high, but I would, if you're at home wanting to have a bet on Constitution Hill, I would be very, very positive that he had a look at that hurdle and he didn't want to come up close to it. So he knows now he's got to respect them. There's great Lossiemouth and the unbeaten Wad Who as well. So good luck, lads.
Brian, this morning, 10 to 11 Constitution Hill, 13 to 8 Lossiemouth. Who's going to go our favourite?
Great question, and I can see 11 to 10 Constitution Hill here in the betting ring and 5 to 4 Lossiemouth. The last time this Constitution Hill was odds against was when he won the Supreme Novice Hurdle back in 2022, but he's easy enough to back. There is sustained confidence on this Lossiemouth, 5 to 4, and she could well join him at the top of the market.
And it's very close on the exchanges. Constitution Hill 2.2, Lossiemouth 2.36, and that price is contracting. We saw in the Champion Hurdle a big price horse win at a price. Take no chances being nibbled out.
How's the heart rate, Nick Fitzgerald, and how do you see this tactically?
I think that's going to be the $1 million question, because Nicola Boinville will not want to make the run in here. What else is going to make it? One of the outsiders like Tell Her the Name, maybe, but I can see this turning into a real tactical affair.
You can even see them on your screen. No one wants to line up. Tell Her the Name is going way out of your shot in the orange, just take no chances. And Nico the Bundle in the white and Paul Townend, and like they're playing poker. Which one of them was going to be in front of the other one? They both want to follow each other. Neither wants to lead, and they've let the other 2 off. Ed is spot, or Nick is spot on. This is going to be for me.
There's 2 out the front there at the minute. The big guns out the back. Mustn't forget Wad Who here as well. Horse number 7 after her brilliant performance at the festival.
Yeah, she's 7 from 7, so she comes in here over hurdles with a nice profile, and she looks a nice straightforward ride, looks quite versatile as regards to ground as well, so yeah, a place chance I think at best.
So Tell Her the Name, away on the left there, very much on his toes, and take the chances in behind as they move forwards. Even money Constitution Hill, 5 to 4 Lossiemouth. Richard.
I think that was an attempt to actually get them closer before coming in, so see whether it works or not, but they've got to bypass the hurdle as well. And Tell Her the Name is the first one to head away, first timer for the William Hill A3 hurdle. So Tell Her the Name poached a bit of ground at the start, half a dozen lengths clear, setting a good gallop. Take no chances. Constitution Hill settles in 3rd place, 2 flights of hurdles in the back straight on the first circuit. Wadhu on the outside of Lossiemouth, and Take No Chances. In second place at the moment, about 4 lengths off the leader. That marker in the early stages is Break My Soul. So heading on towards the second, Tell Her The Name by 5 lengths. Take No Chances second, Constitution Hill is third. As the leader is over flight number 2, they're all over flight number 2 with Break My Soul. Now about 15 lengths behind the leader who's Tell Her The Name, and Take No Chances is moving closer. And the distance between those two, Constitution Hill, who settled really well in third place, just lobbing along about 6 lengths off the front pair. Wadhu is in fourth place on the outside of Lossiemouth, and last of all is Take No Chances. So a rider, no flight of hurdles on the side of the course at this time of the year at Aintree. And Tell Her The Name, Keeler Woods just trying to settle down into a rhythm, but the pace has been okay early on. Take No Chances about 3 lengths away, and just gradually the chasing group are beginning to make a little bit of ground. Constitution Hill's now only 3 lengths further back in third. Wadhu, Lossiemouth in fifth place, and last of all is Break My Soul. So turning up the home straight and out in the lead, it is Tell Her The Name. That advantage is round about 5 lengths from Take No Chances. Constitution Hill still being held on to, pops over with Wadhu, Lossiemouth in fifth. The big two keeping an eye on each other, and Wadhu right between them as they shortly reach the next. Tell Her The Name over from Take No Chances. Good lead by Constitution Hill. Wadhu fourth, Lossiemouth, and Break My Soul. So there's not been many changes in the order. The first half of this William Hill Aintree hurdle. Out in the lead, Tell Her The Name. Take No Chances in second place. Good jump by the leader. Constitution Hill was long there, and Wadhu came up at the same time, I think, as Constitution Hill. Constitution Hill got to the other side just. Wadhu very, very nearly didn't. In fifth place was Lossiemouth, so Constitution Hill very brave. And I say, actually, I think nearly put Wadhu on the floor. Within sixth place, Break My Soul. So Tell Her The Name out in front. What do you make of that, Ruby?
You're spot on, Richard, but Constitution Hill got incredible height, which meant he got there, but Wadhu did come with him, and she nearly paid the price for it. I think he looks happier than he did in the Champion Hurdle. Constitution Hill, to my eye. Lossiemouth definitely travelled better at the festival. She's relaxed for Paul Townend, but her head is slightly to the side, and I think he looks a happier horse than he did in the Champion Hurdle.
So Constitution Hill in third, and right, of course, we've got 2.5 miles. So different to the Christmas hurdle, as Tell Her The Name leads by 4. Take No Chances, Constitution Hill. Let's see how he takes this. And again, he's being long but good at it. Wadhu, Lossiemouth, and at the back is Break My Soul. So racing towards 5 out. Tell Her The Name leads Take No Chances. Constitution Hill just beginning to come alive in third place, but Nico de Boinville, a little bit more fizz in that step now. Just a bit more circumspect on the approach towards the flight. Wadhu, Lossiemouth closes. And the race just beginning to come up to the boil with Break My Soul at the back. So this is the last in the back straight. It's 4 from the finish. Tell Her The Name. From Take No Chances, Constitution Hill. Wadhu as they reach the next. Constitution Hill just a bit closer there, but he's slick enough. But Lossiemouth has got onto Constitution Hill's tail for the time being. And Danny Gilligan may just be looking at the couple of outsiders ahead and wondering if he can imprison Constitution Hill on the inside round the final bend. Nico's hoping the front two can take him far enough. Tell Her The Name leads Take No Chances. Constitution Hill on the inside of Wadhu. Lossiemouth also just beginning to angle out. So it's like a game of cat and mouse round the home turn. As out in the lead, it is Tell Her The Name from Take No Chances. Nico de Boinville on the inside. Wadhu just keeping him tight, and then Lossiemouth. So Wadhu's going to have first crack here round the outside as they race towards the third last. Nico just having to sit and suffer on the inside wall, just looking for options at this stage. So out in the lead, Tell Her The Name, Take No Chances. Lossiemouth set clear running, and Constitution Hill was rather outmanoeuvred there, and now just has a little bit of work to do. Lossiemouth, Wadhu, Constitution Hill towards the second last. Take No Chances done. Constitution Hill too long again and has come down. Wadhu out in front. Lossiemouth in second. On the outside, Break My Soul is running a mighty race. Then behind these Take No Chances, Lossiemouth and Wadhu, the two mares at the last together. It is Lossiemouth from Wadhu who's trying to battle back. Lossiemouth has the lead, but Wadhu is still sticking to the task. But now Lossiemouth begins to eke out an advantage. And up towards the line, it's Lossiemouth who wins. Wadhu in second. Third goes to Take No Chances, then Break My Soul. Tell Her The Name. Constitution Hill is running up to the home straight. He looks perfectly okay, but he's just
too brave these days in his hurdles. Halfway down the back, it was all going to plan. By the time he came down, Nico was probably on plan D or E, because round the home turn, it got very, very messy. But take nothing away from Lossiemouth. And what a day, 3 for Paul Townend, and 4 for Willie Mullins, and 2 for the Richies. A Mullins 4-timer in the first 4 Grade 1s.
Which is quite incredible. Nico de Boinville on the floor again. Thankfully, Constitution Hill is perfectly okay, so we can focus on the winner, this brilliant mare, Lossiemouth, and Willie Mullins. 4 straight Grade 1s, AP.
Tactically, it was fascinating then, because when they turned down the back, it looked like she wasn't really travelling, and then she kind of locked on, and then when they turned in, Paul came around, Nico was stuck on the inside, but this is brilliant, she's a brilliant mare, and Wahoo's been really well placed by Gordon Hill. It was a good performance by the winner to get her back here after winning Cheltenham, after such a heavy fall in Leopardstown as well. It was a really good performance, but Ruben explained there on, it was such a tactical, brilliantly tactical race to watch, wasn't it, Adele?
Wow. You haven't seen him for half an hour or so, Alice. He's back.
Yeah, it's been about half an hour since I've seen you, Paul. Let's just get a bit of water on her. It's just a bit warm. Oh, hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. She's some mare, Paul.
Yeah, lovely mare. Second round, brilliant race as well. But no, 2.5 miles was ideal for her here. The race was ideal for her. Ground was lively enough, and it's drying out every minute of the day, I'd say. Compared to riding on the hurdle course earlier, it's drying out all the time. But she had coped with it well, and I think I seen Nico walking away in Constitution Hill okay, so we can celebrate now.
And just tell me, she just was keen enough, was she, early, even though there was a decent pace?
She kind of runs a little bit that way, but she's not actually keen. She was going over a target in front of me, and I wasn't going to go past anyone that was going to pass me back out.
And quick and slick with her jumping.
Yeah, she is. Like, she's fallen herself, obviously, and Leopardstown very uncharacteristic of her. But you could trust her, and you know, the best ones maybe they just need reminding that they can also end up on the floor. So, no, you trust her with your life.
And when you've got a good mare like this, and what a day for the team, 4 Grade 1s on the bout.
Incredible, incredible. You know, it only feels like yesterday we were in Cheltenham, so the team, we left at home obviously. Dick and the rest of them done a brilliant job in keeping the horses fresh and well, and we've had success at home between, and we've got a good team here as well.
Well done.
Thank you.
And well done to Julie Flory, leading out the winner. Niamh Roche, we saw earlier today, rides Lossiemouth on a daily basis. She is so good. 2 Cheltenham Festival wins. She's won the William Hill 8-tree hurdle today. Went off second favourite in the end, Lossiemouth. But the second, Wahoo's run a big race, AP. She made a mistake early. Danny Gilligan, you said it was going to be tactical as Paul Townend punches the air, a hat-trick for him. Let's just confirm the price. 1 second, AP. Just confirm the price on Lossiemouth, our winner. 5 for favouritism for a while. Went off at 5 to 4 in the end. Wahoo in second. You said it'd be tactical. Danny Gilligan really rode a good race in it.
He rode a really good race, and especially turning in where he kept them all in. But I suppose from the start it was one of those races that, you know, when Nico had probably thought that Paul was always going to follow him, it probably just didn't work out as tactically as good as Nico would think. But yeah, Danny Gilligan gave the second horse a brilliant ride, so he did. But I think early on in the race, Adele was the key really. When Nico realised that Paul was going to follow him, he probably wishes he went and got a position earlier than, and then it ended up in behind, turning out of the back. Not much there to go, and you can jump into such an important thing in any horse race.
Okay, and it was very important early. Wahoo made the mistake taking off with Constitution Hill. He got away with this early.
He did, but when you're going slower, Eddie, and you're helping him, you watch him, he come up out of Nico's hands, give him loads of height because he had loads of gas. But when they step on the gas and things happen a bit quicker, horses' mindsets are different. And whether, you know, that fall in Cheltenham come into play, but he probably just got blinded a little bit, did he? Or he just come up? No, he did not. He did the exact same thing, Mick, didn't he, as he did in Cheltenham?
It's like he lost his concentration again. It's like he didn't even see the hurdle in front of him.
Yeah.
Ruby was talking about trajectory of jumping the obstacle, going up.
He went down.
He went down. He dived into the middle of the hurdle. You know, he's going to go up.
And that's more from
behind. That's something that we've seen him do so many times.
And it happened earlier in the race in Cheltenham, whereas it happened later today. And today it was more of a thing where they're going faster, and he just made the wrong decision.
So here she is, Lossiemouth.
Memories of Annie Power, who won this a few years ago in the same colours. Epatante, another mare who won more recently. Lossiemouth wins the William Hill Aintree Hurdle. So it's 4 out of 4 for Willie Mullins. They went 101.8 to 1 4-timer. And you won't be surprised to hear that I Am Maximus is being backed and is trading as favourite now, certainly on the exchanges, for the Randox Grand National as he defends his title on Saturday afternoon. On a day for the Ritchie family, there she is, Susanna and Rich, after a difficult season. They had a heartbreak earlier today, but now they've had Gaelic Warrior and Lossiemouth win. And Matt spoke with Susanna a few moments ago.
Well, here's Susanna Ritchie. Susanna, congratulations. I mean, Rich will have to stay away more often, won't he?
Yeah, maybe.
This is a terrific mare. Obviously, once again, slightly marred by the fall of Constitution Hill, but well, yeah, he's all right, and you've got to stand up to win, and you did.
We did.
She's a terrific mare, isn't she? Because she was brilliant at Cheltenham. She's backed up here quickly.
Yeah, she was. I mean, I don't know. I wasn't really watching the race. A bit like Rick, but because my eyesight's so appalling, I can't really see what's going on. But I saw the end, and it was amazing.
She's like a fine wine. She just keeps getting better and better. No one knows about fine wines more than you. On the back of Gaelic Warrior as well. I know you did lose a horse today, but it has been some day.
Yeah, I mean, these are sort of the days that dreams are made of. This is, yeah, very privileged to have two such amazing horses, really. Yeah.
Well, it doesn't get much better than that. Maybe Grand National on Saturday, yeah, no.
Well, no, again, that would be extraordinary, yeah.
Many congratulations.
Thank you very much, Matt.
Penny for Dan Skelton's thoughts right now. I know there's been plenty of conversation between Dan and Willie today, and that man on the left is starting to loom large. He'll need to win the Grand National. There's Dan on the right there in the sunglasses. As they have their debrief. He can't, can he? When Nico de Boinville watches the video back later of this race, what will he be thinking?
Look, Nico's a brilliant jockey, and he'd be wishing, Constitution Hill fell, so he'd be wishing he'd done something else. And whether he thinks that he should have went maybe forward a little bit earlier and then he was less dependent on it, he wouldn't have ended up in behind horses. That's what good jockeys do. They try and work out what they should have done differently to make sure that didn't happen. Now, it's easy for us to sit here and say he shouldn't have let it fall, but the horse came up out of his hand and had a right guess. So I think probably he'd wish that he went forward earlier and had more dictated the race from the front to suit himself and let Lossiemouth do their own thing after that. But that's only me.
The problem is when the horses that are behind you end up in front of you, you're always thinking, well, actually, they're getting first jump on me. And look, every time the race goes wrong, there's something wrong with you as the rider if you don't go back in and think I should have done something different. And I think Nico will be feeling that at the moment. Like, it's a horrible place to be. He's been there. I've been there. sitting in the back of an ambulance on your way back in, wondering what should I have done differently.
Why did I do that?
Yeah, and Ruby, you talked about that downward trajectory, and that's what happened again.
I thought you wanted to talk about sitting in ambulances, Ed. I was pretty good at that. But yeah, downward trajectory definitely. But as the lad said, it was such a tactical race, and it all changed at the bottom of the back straight. Harry Skelton in the orange, he moves out, and as soon as he moves out, it leaves a gap inside and it tempts Nico. And Danny Gilligan, the green cap, he moves up onto Harry Skelton's tail, which is forcing Nico to take that gap. Now, Nico doesn't really want to go because there is a gap to get out there, but Danny Gilligan moves up on the green cap. He pushes Harry Skelton forward to close that, and straight away behind him in the pink, Paul Townend runs up behind and puts Nico right in the pocket turning in. Nico had control, now he's lost control. Danny Gilligan and Harry Skelton sit all the way around the bend so they don't create any gaps for them. Paul Townend keeps it really tight. Outside him is Keith Donoghue, he's not going to leave too much room. Paul moves out then to challenge, going to 3 out. But because they went so slow, this race is starting to quicken. And these horses are going to hit 35 miles an hour down here. They head to the second last. Now Nico has loads of room going to the second last. But Nico sits to let Constitution Hill take another stride. He doesn't. He comes and flies on it. And we can watch this on the high motion tracker. Nico pulls him back and the horse just steps. He took off way sooner than Nico wanted. Nico wanted him to take another half a stride, and the horse didn't do as Nico instructed him. But that's sport, and then Paul goes to challenge Voodoo, who's run an absolute cracker. And as I said, when we get this to Race IQ, they're doing 36 miles an hour heading for the last corner. They're absolutely flying down here. And this mare jumps really well, and she's all out to go and beat Voodoo. 2.5 mile ring, 2.5 miles really suits her. But there was great riding there from a couple of different jockeys. And I just love watching it. It was that competitive.
Nicky Henderson, the one thing Nicky always does is face up. It is, I mean, you've got a tear. It's genuinely heartbreaking.
It is. To do it twice is, you couldn't believe it really. I mean, he is genuinely the best jumper you'll ever see, but he's in that vocabulary, there is just this one, you'd have called it 1% chance of doing what he's done, but he's done it twice. Which does worry, of course it does. But how can you round it out? I think I said that he's been fantastic the whole way. He was being short. He did a couple of hurdles that I could see, and I haven't seen it properly at all. You can't. Where he went in short, where I just said a year ago he'd have gone whack, and away we go. He was good, and he was shortening up, and that's what we've been trying to get him to do. When you're 3 out and racing like that, then you can't afford to do that. You've got to go. And Nick said he just came up too soon. You probably saw it better than I did.
Well, they had kind of ganged up on you on the home bend, and you weren't tucked in, and obviously Nico was having to pull back to get his run. Is that what you describe as a little bit? It was a little bit of a mess.
Yeah, but he said he was full of running. I mean, he actually said it's actually worse for me when I've got Lossie Mouth now where I want her. He was happy with her in front rather than behind. Okay, that's fair enough. But he said everything was fine at the time.
Nicky, I mean, you can delve into this kind of stuff for the rest of your life, but he had looked a really happy horse running free in the past. What made you so sure that he had to be held up rather than going from the front? Because when he was in the Supreme and the Champion Hurdle, his victories there, his most impressive victories, he ran free.
And his least impressive one was actually here over 2.5. And I think when we made all, and he didn't really get home that day.
So was it the trip, really?
No, I don't think so. And I think he's, I said that I think you do need just to get him to relax. If you power along, and I think I said next time we're going to just let him probably get lots of things to think about.
I'd love to talk to you for half an hour. Luckily for you, I can't. But just final question: if he's okay, would you still go to Punchestown?
We were sort of starting to discuss it. I would have personally said yes. The funny thing, after Cheltenham, Nick said we're going to Punchestown, not here. He said good. Right. Those hurdles will suit him better.
Let's stop at yes.
Yeah.
Go on. Let's do it. Let's go. Go for it. Go.
Go on.
Round 3 at Punchestown will be quite something. These big hurdle races have not been short of drama this season. Today, Lossiemouth's day. And then on Saturday, we'll see these colours in the Grand National, a race that still captures the nation, including those from other sports.
I live 10 minutes from here, and seeing what he does for the community, and obviously when the Grand National's on, it is historic, it is massive. I've only ever been once, and I knew it was big, but coming the first time was just, it even opened my eyes. Sometimes names jump out at you. Sometimes you like following fairy tales as well, if there's a story behind a certain horse, which most times there is as well. Even if you don't bet, I think if you ask a lot of people, they'll have a bet on the Grand National, because it's such an amazing race.
Oh, that last race was close. Yeah, you were close to getting lapped. Ha ha ha. Paddy Power, proud sponsors of racing on ITV.
Easter epic deals now on at Currys. Save up to £200 on these LG 10kg washing machines from $419. Or trade up to this 13kg for just £80 more. Save up to £50 on these Hisense A6N Smart 4K TVs with Dolby Vision HDR from just $249. And get Get the new Samsung Galaxy A56 for $499 with an accessories bundle worth £138 and claim a free Currys £50 gift card at Currys.
You know my daughter, don't you? She's here because,
Mum's away with her yoga teacher boyfriend. She thought she'd visit my other dad.
Other dad?
You know what I mean.
What's that?
It's like a nationwide card.
Yeah, I thought you'd know that, Dad.
Why them and not me?
Profit sharing.
Just feels good to bank somewhere that's owned by its members, rather than someone like you.
Who told you that?
Friends. And Mum's boyfriend.
The yoga teacher. Missed me.
Because we're owned by our members, we put members first. Nationwide, a good way to bank. No matter how cancer affects us, life is worth racing for. Every step makes a difference. Join us today at raceforlife.org to get 30% off entry.
Last year, over 87% of our players won a prize with People's Postcode Lottery.
No! Yes!
And with a share of £15.6 million to be won in the May draws, you could be next.
I just won the postcode lottery. Twice.
For the chance to win, sign up before midnight on the 30th of April.
Oh my God!
With a share of £15.6 million to be won, the next lucky winner could be you.
Whoa!
Is your door in the draw?
Over 500 destinations. You better believe it, which means endless ways to keep the little ones entertained. They help you riding to work. Because traffic, who's got time for that? Not Ella, she'd rather be having a laugh with her mates. And those advanced savings make it even sweeter. Or you can just sit back and chill. Well, for a little while. Northern Trains, go do your thing. Save up to 60% on Epic Days Out.
There were two Tonys. Tony the husband and Tony who gambled. Tony the husband was great, but his gambling, it was pushing me further and further away. It got to the point where I thought, gambling is not going to take my husband. We're going to beat this. I said, we need to talk to someone.
If you're worried about how gambling makes you feel, we can help. Search Gamble Aware.
You Bonham Hicks?
Yes, pleased to meet you.
They would be lucky to have you, darling.
You have to get it, Deb. I've already moved into your room.
No, Arjun has not moved into your room and you don't have to get it. Imagine the interviewers are naked.
You got this, Deb?
I love you guys.
Dev Sharma.
Yes. Nice to meet you.
Life needs a big network. Come on.
Oh, what's better than a hot shower? Winning the Grand National?
The shower's more achievable for him.
Paddy Power, proud sponsors of racing on ITV.
Four Grade 1s down, all of them won by Willie Mullins. And next comes a race he's won as a rider. Over the big fences, it's the Randox Fox Hunters, and guess what? He's got a runner as well. Which means, Richard Hoyles, it's time for you and some teamwork.
Yeah, it is, because obviously the Grand National course goes right out far away from me, and even with the best pair of binoculars, we try to have people in line of sight. So, a little bit of myself, for the early stages of this race, and then as they jump, what would be the first on the National course, it will of course be on Saturday, then it's over to Mark Johnson, who's out by the third. Stuart Machin will then take over before going back to Mark, who'll take Noel Valentine's down the side, and then back to me over the Belling Road. So yes, three of us, and hopefully we can piece together exactly what goes on. So this is the first of the large fence race of the week, and let's check out the runners and riders for this contest. The Randox Fox Hunters Open Hunters Chase. They're headed by number 1, A Jet of Our Own. Now, these colours were carried in this race a long time ago. Today they're carried by Frederick Phillips and Stowe for Matt Shepherd. 2 is Animix for Patrick and Willie Mullins. They couldn't, could they? 3, Autonomous Cloud for Parking. Great nickname. 4 is Bardenstown Lad, Owen Marn. And 5, Benny's King, twice in the frame in this race in recent years, Sean O'Connor. Number 6 is Bothwell Bridge, the out of Eddie Cornwood. 7 is The Absentee, and 8, Dorking Cock, named after a roundabout, I believe, Stephen Collins. 9 is Eva's Oscars, running the national. Ed and Tim Bourne. 10 is Famous Claremont, previous winner James King. And 11 is Fix At All for Troy Walsh. Great name for a jockey. 12, Freya Darm, Heidi Palin. 13, Go-Go Geronimo, Tom Chatfield Robertson. 14, Gracchus de Barm for Hugh Edwards. 15, Jet Plane for Jack Andrews. And 60, you heard from David Maxwell, hoping for a great ride on Joker to May. 17, Lifetime Ambition for Rob James and Pat Doyle. 18, Master Templar, Gina Andrews. 19, Milan Fourth, Kevin Healy. And 20, My Drogo, formerly such a good horse, of course, Will Biddick for Edward Walker. 21, On the Ropes, Charlie Mullins. And 22, Percussion, Dan Cherryman. 23, Present and County, Derek O'Connor. 24, Piney Court, Ella Herbison. 25, Ramillies, Barry O'Neill. 26, Senior Citizen for Josh Newman. 27, Willie Wonga for Will Easterby. 28, Will It Go Ahead, ran really well at the Cheltenham Festival, Jamie Scanner. Number 29 is YCCS Porter Servo for John Dawson, one of the Greys. And 13, Yippee Ki-Yay for Craver Herbert. 29 runners, for many of these riders fulfilling lifelong ambitions, and for one of them they'll have the memory of riding a winner over the big fences.
It's a real fun day at Aintree. Lady Day tomorrow, the National on Saturday, 4 o'clock. Iron Maximus, no longer double figures, 9-1, 8-1. In some book pickers, 6-1. That's because the Willie Mullins bandwagon. He's won the first 4 races and near 102-1 4-timer. And he's got a runner in the Hunter's Chase here, written by his son Patrick. Animex was 22-1, but you can see with Paddy Campbell, number 2. Animex is into 11-1. My Drogo 9-2, along with Will It Go Ahead. The latter trained by Bob Lilly, third at Cheltenham. 5-1, Lifetime Ambition, well fancied by Pat Doyle, Shrew, Tipperary trainer, and parked over by Roddy O'Byrne, who sold at Grand National winner Minnie Homa, and was watching it in McCarthy's in Lexington, Kentucky. Lifetime Ambition, well fancied, but the each-way wager, Joker de May, My Drogo, and Will It Go Ahead, 9-2, each of 2.
Well, you know me, I'm a nightmare. I have so favourite horses, and this is one of them, My Drogo. When he was trained by Dan Skelton, he looked literally the second coming. I mean, they were talking about Gold Cups in his novice career. He just had a few injuries, and he's now with Ed Walker and Polly Gundry. Polly Gundry, who won this race back in 2002 as a jockey at Tour d'Afrique Express. Ed's done a brilliant job with him. He looks in good shape. He's got so much class. This is Will It Go Ahead. Third in the Cheltenham Fox Hunters, another real class hunter chaser. 24 in behind, we've got so many here. This is Piney Court, qualified with the Taunton Vale Harriers down in the West Country. 21, huge day for this. On the ropes, father-son, Charlie Mullins and Thomas Mullins, another one from that extraordinary dynasty. Here's number 3, what a fit little thing he looks. Autonomous Cloud, very famous colours of Terry Warner and the McNeil family, who are double-handed in the Grand National. Here's Animex, been in the yard for 9 years. Patrick Mullins, we've already seen with a Grade 1. Now he rides up against the amateurs. 22, here's Percussion. Well, these are very famous colours in the Hunter Chase field. The Hanbury family, who've got one of the reserves in the Grand National. Gorgeous little horse, this. Number 22 for you there. That's Percussion. Here's number 4. We've got the blinkers on number 4. This is Barbenstown lad. Put the blinkers on after he disappointed in the Fox Hunters at Cheltenham. Here's number 12. This is Freya Darm. Very, very classy. And really big day for Heidi Palin. She's been leading up today. She's a big part of the Dan Skelton team. She gets her opportunity now over the big ones. And here's a Jet of Your Own. Frederick got the leg up already. God, this looks well, doesn't it? Fred riding for his dad here today. And here's number 17, Lifetime Ambition. Now this is an amazing jockey on board Robert James. You might remember a couple of years ago he won the Scottish National for Christian Williams. Here he is with the amateurs. Good luck, lads.
William Biddick rides My Drogo, who back in 2021 won the Grade 1 Mersey Novices Hurdle here. He's obviously been difficult to train. How much ability remains?
I think a lot, yeah. He gave me a different feel from his point win to his winning the Wallgrass at Haydock. He improved from that, and I think Polly and Ed are happier from that run to now. So if he takes to the fences and gets in a rhythm, he's got as good a chance as any, hasn't he?
Does this decent ground help him?
Yeah, it was quite decent at Larkhill in point, and it was pretty good ground at Haydock. He'll wing along on this, yeah.
Yeah, no better rider as well, so good luck.
Good man, thanks.
So here's the challenge facing them, this famous course. The Grand National start bottom right in front of the stands there, and then off you go in the big one over the first fence, all the way down to Beaches, top right-hand corner. Then it's left-hand down over Foynhaven. So the canal turn first came here. There used to be a giant party, top left there, where they go left sharply. Then it's Valentine's. And then Mick Fitzgerald in the big one, you start to think, this could be my day on Rough Quest.
I've got a chance. Do you know what? If you want to make yourself smile, watch the jockeys when they come back in after this race. Because this is a thrill like no other. And for some of these guys riding in this race, this is a lifetime ambition achieved. Because this is unique. It's a unique challenge. It's a unique test. And it's one you can tell your friends. I remember the day when I rode in the box.
Right now, though, Luke, are they nervous or excited?
Well, do you know, I'm slightly nervous for them, to be honest with you. When you've got 29 runners in a race like this, you can just see the runners just coming down to the fence. That's Senior Citizen and Josh Newman over on the far side. Josh is currently leading the Jockeys Championship in the point-to-point field. There's David Maxwell on the far side. He rides Joker Mode. Look at this, fantastic. There's James King. He's won the race before. And all the jockeys giving their horse a pat at the fence just to give them a little bit of confidence. And here come the other riders. You can just see, whereas normally these riders would be laughing and joking, but this is a massive, massive day for an amateur rider. It's a massive day for anybody, but you can just feel the tension down here.
There's more come to meet us. The ITV7's not been won today. There's huge prizes to be one of the week. Have a go tomorrow, it'll be 50 grand tomorrow, and then we'll let you know about Grand National Day when we've also got a sweepstake. Right there's Autonomous Cloud, the Terry Warner colours, the Rooster Booster colours. Having a look at the fence, Lifetime Ambition on the right there, he ran really well in the Grand National, didn't quite get home. The Mighty Man colours, the Hambreys, what's number 22, Percussion, Laura Morgan trains these days. Adele, is there a bet to be had in the Fox Hunters?
Well, you've got to have a bet, haven't you? I mean, some huge prices, and they've won a big price as well. I'd definitely be looking at Famous Clermont, who obviously won the race a couple of years ago, and I know he didn't run last year, probably because of the ground, but everything's in his favour today. For a 10-year-old, he literally looked an absolute picture today, so I'd definitely like to have him on side. I'd love to see David Maxwell win on Joker Dubai. I wasn't quite sure whether he'd be the strongest of stayers, but another one who looked an absolute picture. Harry Derham had him looking, spot on.
One of the bookmakers are running for cover. No surprise to see Animix trading shorter at 10 to 1 now. Brian?
Yes, from 22 to 1 in Animix, that's the Willie Mullins bandwagon and all the multiples building up. But will it go ahead very strong in the market for Gordon Ailing? Ran a real good race at the Cheltenham Fox and was 4 to 1. My Drogo 9 to 2. And Lifetime Ambition did touch 6 to 1, 13 to 2. It's now 5 to 1 Lifetime Ambition. Joker de May also late, as you can see. It's happening quickly. Joker de May is hit to 15 to 2 from 10 to 1.
Of course, has won the race. He rides My Drogo. He's the biggest horse, I think, in the field. And Will, he's an absolutely superb rider. He's a rider, of course, who was professional at one stage. He would look a lot more relaxed than some of these. But, yeah, do you know what? You never get tired of this. When you're down here, my heart's beating. God knows what they're feeling, right?
And Mick, no offence to Willie Mullins, Gordon Elliott, but this is all about the smaller player, isn't it? The person who's turned up here with a one-horse trailer. Who might it be?
Oh, look, I'm with Adele, actually. I'm cheering on Famous Clermont. The horse loves it here. And look, yes, you can have all your big stables and the skeletons. And I just feel that this is I love a feel-good story. And I definitely think that a horse like Famous Clermont could be that feel-good story.
Or David Maxwell on Joker de May. What do you think, AP?
Yeah, you're right. David Maxwell puts a lot into the game, right? His own horse. I think he'd be the great story. He is great for the game, and I'd love to see him win. I think Will It Go Ahead is the one. He got a bit far back in Cheltenham. He's dropping back in trip here, so he need to be a little bit closer. But I think he's the one that could improve the most, and if I was picking one to ride, it would be Will It Go Ahead.
My Drogo though. I remember him back in the Hurdles days. I absolutely loved him, an absolute beast of a horse who literally has been making a name for himself, obviously in the point-to-point scene in Hunter Chase, so he could still yet be anything over these kind of fences.
Looks like they're coming together and moving forward. Richard?
Yeah, so they're going to pick one. President Counties at the start. Now, the rules are here, a standing start, but the starting mechanism is broken. President Counties facing the wrong way, so they will be instructed for a standing start with the race started by flag. So we shall see how that works. Present counting just switching around to join the others. So it will be a standing start, so they'll be asked to walk forward and then stop. I presume. And then we'll see whether or not the flag's not yet raised. So presumably they are going to come to a halt. The flag will be raised. They've gone past it. I have no idea. Well, maybe they haven't reached it yet. I don't know. Well, I think they have. I have no idea what went on there. I mean, there was no tape to stop them, so as a result, it was going to be a standing start, and they just went past the stop tape. So now, we will take it to maybe... I'm not sure whether that was the desired intention, but given the mechanism's broken, we may have let them go at the walk through there. I suppose it's not a standing start then. Let's see what happens. Okay, flags raised and away we head. So off for the random Fox Hunters heading towards the first. Joker de May is one of the first with on the ropes, and Jet Plane as they rise at fence number 1, which they all have negotiated okay. Racing keenly towards the inside is Milan 4th as they head on down towards the second. Gracchus de Bourme is also racing front rank as they head on towards fence number 2. Which they are all over. There was a peck by Willy Wonga and slightly slowly by Ramillies towards the back. So already they're heading on towards fence number 3, which is the chair. So out towards the centre of the field. So the next Master Templar and Joker de May's come down. Joker de May has come down and has badly impeded a Jet of Our Own, and Ramillies is well behind as they reach the water. So Master Templar it is who leads from Gracchus de Bourme, then Jet Plane towards the outside YCCS Porter Servo. Milan 4th is towards the inside of the stage. Autonomous Cloud is racing in a handy position with Senior Sitters, and Willy Wonka comes next, who races on the outside of Willing to go ahead. At this stage, My Drogo's in midfield with Benny's King, and also Yippee Kaye. That little group, Lifetime Ambition, is midfield alongside Famous Claremont as they now make their way on the rudder fences towards the chair. At this stage, right towards the back, Eva's Oscar Ramillies is quite a long way behind. After being hampered, a Jet of Our Own is also out with the washing at the back as they reach the bit that is right.
Master Templar on the inside took up and took that one in front. Jet Plane in second, and then Gracchus de Bourme between those. YCS forward to Chervo towards the outside. Yippee Kaye has come down at fence number 5. They're reaching fence number 6. There's now Gracchus de Bourme on the inside, who's taken the lead. Jet Plane who took it in second. Master Templar in third. Willy Wonga made a mistake, pecked very badly. Ramillies is getting tailed off at the back of the field. Also Bothwell Bridge is struggling as they come to the ditch, which is fence number 7. Gracchus de Bourme jumped it well by 2.5 lengths to Jet Plane, took it in second. Senior Sensor improves into third. Master Templar is now in 4th. Then Autonomous Cloud making ground, followed by YCS Porter Chervo as they go over the next. Gracchus de Bourme out in front now by 3 lengths. We cross over to Stuart Bench.
And Jet Plane with the green sleeves is chasing Gracchus de Bourme with a grey YCCS Porter Chervo. A Jet of Our Own in a spotted jacket has gone much handier. Miley Cord is out wide, Fred Arm in the blue and white just in behind him with Senior Sitters in the red cap, and then Autonomous Cloud and Master Templar who led early. He's down towards the right of the picture down at the running rail as they make the approach to Beecher's Brook, with Gracchus de Bourme leading the field as they approach Beecher's, with Jet Plane chasing YCCS Porter Chervo is close up. Master Templar is a faller right down on the inside. Willy Wonga was slightly badly hampered, and Ramillies was also impeded to a lesser extent, and they're already moving on towards Foynehaven. Gracchus de Bourme in front, over Jet Plane, and then Senior Citizen with a Jet of Our Own on the outside, and Autonomous Cloud just in behind it with Benny's King, followed by My Drogo, and then Fixator as they approach the canal turn. Gracchus de Bourme, Milan 4th in the black and white, is going to cut the corner going handy. Took off just behind Jet Plane, then YCCS Porter Chervo. Back in midfield, Famous Claremont made a mistake. Last of those still going. Bothwell Bridge on the ropes is last but one. They're approaching Valentine's. Gracchus de Bourme joined by Jet Plane as we rejoin Mark.
Barkerstown Lab made a desperate mistake at the canal, but has then unseated the rider at Valentine's. The leader is Gracchus de Bourme going towards the 5th from home to Jet Plane, who was over in second. A mistake by the grey YCS Porter Chervo. Making ground towards the outside is Milan 4th. They're being followed by Jet of Our Own together with Autonomous Cloud, and now they're going towards the last of the open ditches, which is 4 out. Gracchus de Bourme has the lead in second with Jet Plane towards the inside. Then towards the end is My Drogo, who is making ground with a Jet of Our Own towards the outside, racing along alongside Milan fourth as they're going now over the third from home, and Gracchus de Balm has still got the lead, leads by about a length and a half as they go down towards the Anchor Bridge crossing to Jet Plane racing in second. Milan fourth has now made his way into third and going well. Genevaro towards the outside is racing in fourth position. White Drogo is in fifth towards the inside. Autonomous Cloud is in sixth towards the wide outside. Lifetime Ambition is now making ground. So too is Benny's King, who's been placed in this race for the last couple of years. Senior Citizen still has a chance. Also, Will It Go Ahead is making ground towards the inside, and so too is Eva's Oscar as they now face up towards the second last, back to the grandstand, and Richard Oils.
Gracchus de Balm and Milan fourth with the stars on the seas. Great ride. Jet of Our Own, who was hampered early, still front rank. Lifetime Ambition and Will It Go Ahead are coming there strongly. Piney Court is pulled up on the inside. Jet Plane and My Drogo still towards the inside. Eva's Oscar is made ground from the back, but Gracchus de Balm still out in front for Hugh Edwards on the left-hand side, and Jet of Our Own at a huge price for Frederick Phillipston Stowe. Jet Plane on the inside, then Lifetime Ambition, My Drogo and Milan fourth. Jet Plane trying to go up the inside as they head towards the elbow of Gracchus de Balm. My Drogo asked for the effort, then a Jet of Our Own. Lifetime Ambition just hanging as Jet Plane nudges Gracchus de Balm as they reach the elbow, but got a bit unbalanced in the process. My Drogo and Lifetime Ambition as they race towards the line. Jet Plane and Gracchus de Balm sticking his neck out, coming back. It's Gracchus de Balm who's wrested back the advantage, and up to the line, Gracchus de Balm beat Jet Plane. Lifetime Ambition, My Drogo, and Jet of Our Own, Eva's Oscar, Milan fourth. Behind these, Autonomous Cloud, Animix never really seemed a chance. Likewise, Benny's King. On the ropes has got round, Will It Go Ahead likewise, also finishing picks and all. Percussion's got round, Senior Citizen's got round. Amongst the stragglers, the likes of Bothwell Breach, Go-Go Geronimo, famous Claremont, they're still walking across the line, including Present and Counting Fred Darn. One of the last to cross the line, whether we jump the last or not, is Ramillies. Well, several got round, and a big battle between the front two. Bit of argy-bargy as well between Jet Plane and Gracchus de Balm. But it was Gracchus de Balm who came out best. Jet Plane just got a bit unbalanced as they went round the elbow and held off the likes of Lifetime Ambition, who stayed up down the centre. Gracchus de Balm for Joe O'Shea, I think has won this race in the recent past. And Hugh Edwards is the winner of the Fox Hunters.
Hugh Edwards making headlines here at Aintree. Brilliant performance, Mick, from the horse.
Unbelievable. He gave some sight out in front. And, yeah, bold, dashing ride. And the only concern here was that the very experienced Jack Andrews had stolen up his inside at the elbow and was going to nick it off him. But not a bit of it. Given a great ride by Hugh Edwards.
This is going to mean a lot, isn't it, to Joe O'Shea, the trainer, as well?
Yeah, it's a great race. Great race to win, great race to watch, and yeah, I mean, this is an amateur. This is the one you want to win as an amateur.
You love a celebration, Ed. That was a celebration.
Well, I tell you what, if you want to know what this means, Hugh, can you speak? You've got tears pouring down your face.
I don't know what to say. Yeah, he jumped the travel and stayed on very well. It's just great to be on it, yeah.
And what is it that, I mean, you're the hardest man I know. What is going on here? What is bringing out all this emotion in you?
I don't know, it's just a big one for the amateurs, and you can only really dream of winning one, so, yeah, no, very good.
Did you have the dream run? Did you have the dream run?
The start was a bit messy, but once we turned along the back, the stand was happy, so yeah, it was good.
I literally, you're making me cry with this. He's got it. Tell me about his grandfather.
Roy Edwards. He rode in 12 national. He was amazing. It was his heroes. He loved Liverpool. He loved the fences. He was a proper jumping jockey.
So his granddad rode in 12 nationals and now he's one of Fox Hunters. What a day!
He was third on Peaceland, 1964.
Well, it's in the family, it's in the blood. Well done, Hugh.
And that is just wonderful, and what this Fox Hunters is all about, with the Joe O'Shea team going head-to-head with the powerhouse Dan Skelton on the run-in, and in the colours of Mr. Milan, Gracchus de Balm, who was bought online for 12.5 grand, now winning on this famous run-in. For Hugh Edwards and Joe O'Shea, who won this with cousin Pascal 4 years ago at 66 to 1. Not such a big price this time, but a wonderful story, Adele.
There's a really nice story about him, about Joe O'Shea, the trainer, sneaking in to watch the Grand National back in 1976, and he trains in Greater Manchester, so I can only imagine that having a winner, more or less a kind of locally track for him, would be a massive, massive, you know.
What's Hugh's right hand? Who needs a whip? Gets rid of it.
He wanted to celebrate.
He wanted to use his right hand to punch the air. Who cares? Seconds run well, lifetime ambition threatened for a while, Mick.
Yeah, he did. I think Rob James must have thought he had it in the bag, turn it for home, but it wasn't to be. Watch this for celebration, Ed. I think you'd be pleased with that.
Fantastic. And the family story is just brilliant. Well done, Hugh Edwards. From jubilation to the tears. And the team will be celebrating. Laura Richardson it was who led up the winner. And we'll bring you up to speed on jockeys and the horses and what happened. But here's the result of the Randox sponsored Fox Hunters of 2025. Gracchus de Balm wins at 22 to 1. Tote paid a bit more on the Bulls. Jet Plane was second at 11 to 1. Lifetime Ambition third at 5 to 1. Mike Drogo was fourth at 5 to 1. Most of the bookmakers were paying top 5. And Jet Rose ran a huge race at a massive 125 to 1. Good result.
Oh, absolutely fantastic. You know, it encourages people to have a go when you see a small trainer taking on the big gun. But I think if you're Dan Skelton, you're probably wondering what have you done, because I think that's quite a few seconds today.
Chipping away. The brothers won 500 grand. We don't need to feel too sorry for them. With the David Fallon Jockey's Crown in the bag. But this is all about Mr. Milan's Gracchus de Balm, ridden by Hugh Edwards, the trainer Joe O'Shea, winning the Randox Fox Hunters and having quite a celebration. There's going to be some party tonight. I wonder if Hugh's about to get out the irons here.
Oh, I got to, I think.
I would hope so. As I say, like, this is the great thing about horse racing. They come here and win on the stage like this, and no other sport could you have it.
Well done, that man. Bosh. He did smash it. To you, Matt.
Well, here's the winner. Joe O'Shea is holding court. Now, Joe he's quite a lively character, and I'll tell you what, he's gathering everyone in for the photos, Joe.
Cheers, Matt.
How about that? When you clicked for 12.5 grand, did you dream of this thing?
That's nothing for this. We knew 6 months ago, was it, to make the plan?
Who's this with you?
This is Anna, my ex-girl, and she had a nasty accident in November on the Garrett. And I said, I'll win this for you, don't you worry. The light horse won, the money was on. Once he went past me from going past the Grand National Star, I said, thank you God, we won this. I knew we would.
Did he really say that?
Yeah.
Yeah, she broke her back in November. She had the best hunter chase in the country as well, and he got a leg, and she broke her back. We're going to do an Alderney thing, come back next year, and win this with Peters.
And these are tears of joy.
Yeah, it's very emotional.
Tell me about that day of your accident and this day now compared.
Oh, it was honestly the worst day of my life. But this horse winning like this for Joe, it's just unbelievable. A great achievement. I can't believe he's won it again when we won it 4 years ago. It wasn't Pascal. It's honestly, it's really emotional.
Well, sorry, but this means...
Are you back, Joe?
Oh, yeah, because this means a lot more. I won it in 2021, and while we are in Cheshire, everyone's an hunting person, and it was a shame because there was nobody here because it's a COVID year. and this is what we missed. And I says, we're going to make up for it. This is it. We're going to win in front of our own crowd. This is great at home. It's only 15, 20 miles away.
Joe, it's marvellous. We've got to let you go, but the good news is we've got a series coming out on ITV soon, and you can be every episode, so well done.
Well, I can do a better job than what your miserable friend does on Unbridled.
Thank you. Off you go.
And I remember that race in COVID. I think he cleaned the bookies out with cousin Pascal at 66-1 if memory serves. Winning the Fox Hunters for Derek Maylan, the owner, who's also from Nantwich, a local winner here. Fantastic. Hugh Edwards riding the winner of the Fox Hunters on Gracchus de Bar. Willie Mullins four-timer to the Minnows winning at Aitree.
I need to do my hair. There might be a photo finish. Ah, don't worry. You'll be too far at the back to be in focus. Ooh la la. Paddy Power, proud sponsors of racing on ITV.
Needs seasoning. Done.
Wow.
Le bagnole avec le vin.
Thanks, chef.
Oh, juicy tomato.
From expert cookware to stylish kitchen tech, there's more to Argos.
Tesco Finest Cote d'Ivoire eggs, now just £6. Or Finest hot cross buns, 2 for £3 with your Tesco Club card.
Your clothes lost their magic? Dylon renews them in only 10 washes. New? No, wash with Dylon. Dylon's best colour care. Available also as cats. Try now.
Dyson have engineered a machine to wash hard floors properly. Counter-rotating rollers use clean water to remove tough stains and write on dirt, cleaning your hard floors, then itself. Engineered to wash hard floors properly. Explore the whole floor care range at Dyson. Have you ever felt like your investment advisor is giving you an off-the-shelf retirement plan that they just want to put you into a box? But who wants that? At Fisher Investments UK, our investment specialists never put you in a box. We work with you to create a retirement plan that's just right for you, because it's only right for us if it's right for you. Fisher Investments UK, retirement advice that's as individual as you are.
In life, you win some, and you lose some.
Senator!
Checkmate. 13 of diamonds. Ah! Oh. Checkmate.
And Mr. Q Bingo has loads of games for you to sink your teeth into. Dabbers at the ready. We're waiting for you to jump in and have some fun. Play at MrQBingo.uk. Shockingly good bingo.
That is your trip to Peru confirmed. Fantastic. Have a great trip.
Shall we?
Car insurance sorted. Hey, you've just used Confused. JustUsedConfused.com.
Do you still suffer from teeth sensitivity pain? Let's change that. Switch on relief as instantly as a click of a switch with Colgate Sensitive. Its unique technology repairs sensitive areas of teeth for instant pain relief and long-lasting protection. Switch to Colgate Sensitive from the #1 brand recommended by dentists.
Yeah, I know. Who do you think he's backing? Well, me, obviously. He might be short, but your odds aren't. Paddy Power, proud sponsors of racing on ITV.
We've just seen a fairy tale success in the Randox Fox Hunters. Gracchus de Balme, trained by Joe O'Shea, ridden by Hugh Edwards, for owner Derek Malam, who 47 years ago had his first horse, that was called Prime Justice, who ran in the Grand National. Well, now he's had the winner of the Fox Hunters. Congratulations to them, and it appears all the horses from the Fox Hunters are okay, which is good news. Now, tomorrow is the final day of the first ever David Power Jockeys Cup. We know that Harry Skelton is going to be the winner of the big prize, but here how stands to be top conditional. It looks like it's going to be Dylan Johnson, who's a young man making quite a splash this season.
I was just obsessed. Like, I used to go to Leopardstown as a kid at Christmas, and just kind of went from there. I started riding horses and getting lessons, and went to the racing school in Ireland, and then just kind of kicked on from there, slowly but surely.
Luxon has gone to the front under Dylan Johnston. Luxon wins the Welsh champion hurdle.
It was a very different year this year, moving here and being a stable jockey and riding on Mr. Walter's horses.
It's the first time I've been in a position like this, and I was so excited when I got offered it. I'd be lying if I said there wasn't pressure. It's good pressure, but there is pressure.
It's been a big opportunity for him, but at the same time quite a daunting season, if that makes sense, for a first job in a yard, essentially. I think he's coped really well.
He's very driven. He's been very lucky to get this opportunity with Guy Walters and Sam Thomas this season, and it's gone really well for him. He's just got a bit of a natural ability on the back of a horse.
He's quite level-headed, really, and that helps, I think, in this industry, because obviously there's a lot more lows than there are highs. But he's been fantastic for a yard, and yeah, it couldn't have gone any better, really.
Very lucky to be in contention for the David Power Cup title with the conditionals, and yeah, I think it's been a big season for him, but he's wanting more all the time.
To be honest, I didn't actually know there was a young rider category for a few weeks, and I thought, oh god, it'd be great to get in the first 10, but maybe a bit unrealistic. And then I think it was maybe Freddie Gingell told me about this conditional section, and I thought that would be okay. I had quite a good start at that November meeting, and then a couple lump sum finishing second, fighting fifth, and I just kind of started racking up a few points. And I think come Christmas time, then I was maybe a little bit like, oh, maybe I should be going here because points are here. And then I kind of thought, I'm tricking myself into thinking that I should probably be going for this. I try not to get too disappointed on, when things don't go right, and at the same time then just try and not go too crazy when things go wrong or go right. And I think if you start yo-yoing up and down on the good days and the bad days, it's just, I know it's something scary for your mind.
He's got a good racing brain. I think that goes a long way with any jockey.
One.
Go on.
3. ITV1. ITV Racing. Grand National Festival.
You need to have a thick skin, and you need to be able to walk.
Thank you, I don't mind him.
But he's well able to take it, he's well able to put it behind him and move on. And having Sam Thomas alongside him is a massive plus, because Sam's been there and done it all, and he can help him in tough times.
Beautifully described, mate. Now then, this time, in 2 days' time, we will know who has won the Randox Grand National. Brian Gleeson, the biggest betting day of the year, the betting the most important thing about the National. What price I am Maximus right now?
It's fascinating to see it evolving. Before racing today, Iron Maxus was 10 and 11 to 1, depending where you shopped around with your local bookmaker or on the exchange. But the Willie Mullins bandwagon, 4 winners this afternoon, 102 to 1 4-timer, and now the best price I can see in the betting village is 13 to 2 about Iron Maximus. Remember last year he was sent off 7 to 1, giant favourite. He's only what, 8 pounds higher, and he won with such consummate ease last year that lots of the Shrewdies, including Sir A.P. McCoy, believe that a back-to-back win in the National is a distinct possibility for the JP McManus owned Iron Maximus, who has 5 runners in the race. JP and Willie Mullins has 6. 13 to 2 Iron Maximus, Stumptown 9 to 1, Iroko 10 to 1, Hewick is 11 to 1, the horse that won the King George, Percival Legawa, that could be a sleeper and could be a market springer Saturday morning, 12 to 1, Intense Raffles, currently easy to back, 12 to 1, although I have seen 14 to 1, Vanillier, placed in the race, 12 to 1, Manila Kakuna is 16 to 1, that was 16 to 1 and 20 to 1 bar, lots of horses fancy, the Grand National, this is your race, what wins it? Plenty of time to decide it.
And I'm sure particularly tomorrow there'll be sweepstakes up and down the land in offices and then on Saturday morning amongst families all over the country. Well, we've got one for you as well, which is completely free to play. You'll then get a horse running for you in the big race at 4 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. If your horse wins, you'll then go into a draw to win a cool £50,000. If you're 18 or over, it costs you absolutely nothing. So have a go to add to the fun on Saturday afternoon. One more race to come live this afternoon, then 6 more for you to enjoy tomorrow. What is a glorious day here at Aintree, Richard.
So the Close Brothers Red Rum handicap steeplechase next to Premier Handicap. It's run over 2 miles. The runners and riders are as follows for our final race on day 1. Number 1 is Tommy's Oscar, Danny McMenamin, 2 Hunter's Yarn for J.J. Slevin, and 3 My Mate Mozzie, Keith Donoghue. 4 is Gunsight Ridge, and out of Sean Bowen, and 5 General Madrano for Ben Jones. 6 is Calico, Harry Skelton, and 7 the Folks Tiara, Rachel Blackmore. Number 8 is Dr. T.J. Eckelberg, Adam Wedge. 9 Sol Brie, winner of the race 12 months ago, been in the wilderness rather since. Harry Cobden. 10 is Primos, the amount of Patrick Watch. 11 is Petite Tonner for John O'Neill Jr. 12 is Gallon Gun for Brian Hughes. 13 Inady Star for Tom Broughton, claiming 5. And 14 is Rat Gall Hill for Sam Twiston Davis and Sam Drinkwater. So all 14 riding the Close Brothers Red Run handicap chase over 2 miles.
Topping the market, My Mate Mozzie, 4 to 1. The interesting thing here is that it's trained by Gavin Cromwell, who's got 3 significant runners in the National on Saturday. Stumptown, of course, Vanillier and Percival Galwa. My Mate Mozzie, Keith Donoghue. Expect this horse to be put to sleep and weave his way through late. If you're going to win 4 to 1, Sam Brewy 11 to 2, Primos 7 to 1, Pete Tonnerre 7 to 1, Ratgall Hill 7 to 1, Calico 10 to 1, and the Folks Tiara for Rachel Blackmore. Of course, she wife Manila Indo in the big one on Saturday 10 to 1. This is owned by the David Power family and will like the ground. Big chance each way.
We're into handicap company now. 4 grade 1 to the Fox Hunters. Here's number 1, Anne Hamilton's apple of her eye. She's a tiny trainer in Cumbria. She does brilliantly, and Tommy Oscar's been a real flag bearer for her. He's back down to Mark, could see him go all right, and he looks fabulous. Here's number 2, Hunter's Yarn, the double green of Simon Munir and Isaac Swed, looking for a double here today. Willie Mullins looking for his 5th winner. Here's number 7, the Folks Tiara. If you're a Rachel Blackmore follower, Rachel had a horrible fall earlier. This is her spin here for the boss, Henry the Bromhead. What a beautiful individual this is. This is Go and Go for the McCain family. It keeps popping out at me. You know when you walk around the paddock and one just keeps popping back and you keep looking down? This is the one for me. Here's number 5. This is General Monaro. Absolutely loves a flat track, this horse. Ben Jones and Emma Lavelle teaming up. Here's number 10. This is who I want you to see. Primos. Lucinda Russell, you can tell, still really smart from Felton. Got absolutely nuked at the start there. Completely ignored that run. This is a really lovely horse with massive potential. Look at his lovely top line. Power around the paddock here. Looks on great terms for himself, Primos. And I said, ignore the last run. He got absolutely beasted at the start and never had a chance to chuck.
Just a bit more news about the Fox Hunters. All the horses are okay. Gina Andrews had a nasty fall in the race. She's in the weighing room at the moment, teeing assess. So hopefully Gina will be okay. Now, after the entry hurdle, there was a shot of Luke Harvey getting into the band with Nico de Boinville after he'd come off Constitution Hill in that fall. Nico in the front seats. The former Welsh Grand National winning jockey in the middle. Look like they're talking about something. I wonder what.
The conversation didn't have many words in it, to be very honest with you. Nico, understandably, was absolutely gutted. You know, for people that think that jockeys don't care, and I've just been watching on social media, and to watch exactly what Constitution Hill did. And Nico's gone to sort of hold him like this, and he stepped. And I remember myself when I was riding, a horse used to do like I used to ride, did exactly the same thing. I sat, the horse stepped and felled me, and I remember going back in and asking a certain A.P. McCoy what I should do, and he said, "You should dare him, drive him on down, that's what I would do."
Not sure that's always a great idea. That's why I've had so many bangs in the head. It wasn't the time that's how I used to think, but look, when as JP said to me many times, the great Tommy Carvey, when you end up in your backside, you're always wrong, so you have to do something different. There was always that little worry with Constitution Hill when he did it past the stands here, when he was full of gas, what he was going to do later on when the race quickened up, and he didn't do the right thing. But you know, what do you do? You know, it's always easy when you're watching the stands what we should have done. How many times you go back in, Mick, when you think, oh, I wish I could have another go at that? I won't do the same thing again.
Unfortunately for me, more than you. Right, what's going to happen in the red run here? Good little race this. Adele, who do you fancy?
Honestly, I think it's one of the most wide open races of the day, and you've got the likes of my mate Mozzie, obviously ran well in the Grand Annual. I thought he looked exceptionally well. I think he's done really well coming back from Cheltenham. Gunsight Ridge, he looked $1 million as well. For 10 years old, the cheap pieces seem to help him, and he's on a career high mark now. Not quite sure if the ground's going to do a little bit on the quick side, and I know he disappointed in this a couple of years ago, but I thought he looked an absolute picture.
Let's put Tonnerre nearest us, number 11 AP. We've talked about him a lot this season. He needs things to play right for him. You want them to go really hard, won't he?
He does. Richie McLaren gave him a great ride away the day one in Doncaster. It needs him to go really fast. He looks like a horse that has tried going further and didn't really suit him, so he needs a fast run race, and hopefully they can finish off things. Obviously, he was a bit unlucky last time in Doncaster, but he's very race dependent.
Should we hear from your pupil again down at the start?
Yeah.
Yes, we are down at the start, funny enough. We're just waiting for the others just to come on down. This is General Madrano in front here, ridden by Ben Jones. He ran at the Cheltenham Festival. He ran okay, no more than that. Behind him we've got Primoz, who definitely has a chance. He again ran at Cheltenham. His horse just Canchan. These are experienced racehorses. There's a horse I quite fancy, my mate Mozzie. And the final one for the Skeltons, that is the new half-millionaire Harry Skelton, just going down, and they're just getting his girth checks. That's good old Tommy's Oscar. Won 12 races, that lad. He certainly knows what he's doing. Look, this is how competitive it is down here. Look at them all lined up here, ready to go.
And Luke's BC, the new David Power Jockey's Cup winner. More on that tomorrow. My mate Mozzie will travel well, you know that. He's the 4-to-1 chance. Sans Brew, who won it last time, 11-2. Who do you like, mate?
Yeah, I like Sans Brew. He's racing here off the same mark that he won last year. He's a front runner. Look for Harry Cobden to get a good start and dictate the race. That's what they did last year. I know it was different ground, but I do think he's kind of a one-trick pony, this horse, so they'll be trying to do that again. So I think we may have problems at the start here.
Oh no, we don't want that as they mill around for the minute, AP.
Yeah, I'm with Mick. I think he's back down to that mark again. He's got a lot of things going for him. It's a very open race. You could make a case for lots of them. Primrose got left at the start, or Primoz got left at the start at Cheltenham last time. And I actually have I don't know why, obviously William Owens had 4 winners already. I actually think that Hunter Sharp could be capable of running a better race. Just okay. I know, it's mad to think that. But yeah, Sam Brew would probably be the one.
Primoz is friendless in the market, which is interesting. He was the big gamble at Cheltenham. The start went against him. There he is on the left. Keep a close eye, Richard.
Yep, he was not going to let them get away, although he went a long way past the start. I'll give you the sound effects.
Wait! Wait, no! What are you doing?
There you go. You heard it all first hand. And again, they were just coming in too fast, and they'll go back half as far this time around.
That is the the problem, just coming in from such a long way away. As a sports fan, you get frustrated when there's a full start on 100 metres. This is getting a bit embarrassing for us, isn't it?
Yeah, do you know what? See how far back they are now? They need to be no further back than that. It gives them no time to build up any speed then.
Wait, not everybody try the back. Wait, okay?
So Salisbury and my mate Mozzie, Gunsight Ridge, and Primoz, who actually again was a little slow away, is just rousing it along as they head towards the first, and it's taken on the side of the course. Salisbury and Gunsight Ridge are the first two over it. Pace is quite brisk. They're being followed through by Eddie Starr. In fourth place, my mate Mozzie on the outside of the Focus Tiara, and then Rathgall Hill in the noseband. Primoz's midfield on the inside of Hunter's Yarn as they make the turn up the home straight. Grace Gallengood with Tommy's Oscar. Calico is back in the field as they reach the second. Gunsight Ridge and Salisbury, they are over in the lead. General Medrano and Dr. TJ Eckelberg along with Petit Tonnerre are the back three. So these two just taking each other on slightly. Salisbury by half a length from Gunsight Ridge, and they are now 4 lengths clear from Inedi Starr, who took it in third place. In fourth is the Folks Tiara as they now make their way on this run towards fence number 4. In fifth is Gallengood, who races on the outside of Rathgall Hill. My mate Mozzie is just behind those with Tommy's Oscar, Petit Tonnerre, Hunter's Yarn, Calico. Primoz just can't lie out. Nothing to do with the start this time. Just a bit lethargic early on as they take the next fence, which my mate Mozzie was a bit slow. Dr. TJ Eckelberg and General Medrano, the back markers. So having won the battle for the lead, now Harry Compton just trying to drop anchor on Salisbury. You made all to win this race 12 months ago. Gunsight Ridge is in second place. Racing in third on the inside, Rathgall Hill of Eddie Starr. Gallengood in company with the Folks Tiara, my mate Mozzie and Hunter's Yarn as the pace definitely steadies. Petit Tonnerre with Tommy's Oscar, Calico, General Medrano, Dr. TJ Eckelberg and Primoz. So into the back straight there. Salisbury out in the lead, and that lead is round about 3 lengths from Gunsight Ridge. In third place in Eddie Starr. In fourth is Rathgall Hill, just ahead of Gallengood as the leader reaches the first in the back straight. My mate Mozzie on the outside of the Folks Tiara, who's losing ground. Petit Tonnerre and Hunter's Yarn with Tommy's Oscar, General Medrano, Calico, Dr. TJ Eckelberg and Primoz. So that's the roll call. And out in the lead, Salisbury pops over 7 from the finish. Gunsight Ridge still his closest pursuer in Eddie Starr and Gallengood. The brace of greys just ahead of Rathgall Hill, with my mate Mozzie getting closer again into 6th place. The Folks Tiara comes next as the leader just searched for a stride there. A mistake by Petit Tonnerre towards the inside as they race towards 5 from the finish. And this is the last in the back straight. Gunsight Ridge trying to have another crack at Salisbury, who got in a good leap there. Over in third place in Eddie Starr with Gallengood on the inside. My mate Mozzie is fifth from the Folks Tiara. Then as they make the turn, Tommy's Oscar, who's on the outside of Rathgall Hill, who's lost a couple of places. Calico's made a few. Primoz is now beginning to get going. 4 or 5 from the back with Petit Tonnerre, General Medrano. Hunter's Yarn has lost ground. And Dr. TJ Eckelberg. Cross fence is 4 from the finish. And Salisbury is over in the lead from Gunsight Ridge. Gallengood. Well, the Folks Tiara is making ground again into 5th place. My mate Mozzie. Calico sweeps around the outside. Then Tommy's Oscar. Petit Tonnerre is on the move with Primoz. Rathgall Hill's lost ground. General Medrano's ridden. And Hunter's Yarn is last. A lot of chances with 3 to take. Salisbury still out in the lead from Gunsight Ridge and Calico as they take the third last. Gallengood didn't get very high. Tommy's Oscar blunders and unseats the rider, but it's Salisbury who leads Gunsight Ridge, Calico. Then behind these in 4th place in Eddie Starr and my mate Mozzie. 2 from the finish, and over nimbly enough is Salisbury. Gunsight Ridge tries to close. These two have been at it hammer and tongs with Calico as they race down towards the last, and Salisbury, who did this exactly 12 months ago, once again bounds clear on the run down towards the final fence. Calico, Gunsight Ridge as they head towards the last. This is the final obstacle, and Salisbury is over clear from Calico, Gunsight Ridge, and up towards the line. Salisbury, a case of deja vu, has once again run them into the ground in the red rum, and a big result for Harry Compton in the David Power Cup. Second for Calico, third for Eddie Starr, who's on the inside of Gunsight Ridge. That's a photo. Dr. TJ Eckelberg, Rathgall Hill, Primoz never showed, Petit Tonnerre, my mate Mozzie, and then General Medrano, Hunter's Yarn, as they make the little pull-up there. And right at the back of the field, Tommy's Oscar is fine. He blunted and unseated his rider, but still it was some chance of making the frame. Salisbury breezed home, just as he did 12 months ago. Calico second in Eddie Starr and Gunsight Ridge. Salisbury, been a long time between trips, a year exactly. His former got out the window, a bit of sunshine, a bit of Aintree, a bit of Harry Compton, a bit of Paul Nicholls. It's the red run again.
In the colours of Andy Peake. Nichols winning this race for a third time. Good bit of training this. This
One TV.
Schooling well and worked great, so it's all down to me to steer him round now.
Well done on this one.
Thank you.
Paul Nichols bangs in Sonbury. We were just saying, Paul, that this has probably been a very long-term target. It's probably a year.
Well, yeah, since he ran in the Borden Golf Cup, he ran very well on good run early in the season, and then he ran well one day asking with 12 stone. But in the winter, he hated all that heavy ground, even though he'd been running in France. He hated it. When he ran at Windsor, Harry actually said, get him right in the spring, he'll win the Red Rum again. And that's what we've done. He ran off with Freddie the last day, literally ran off with him at Chepstow. A bit keen, he does that sometimes, and came down a few pounds. So he's on the same mark as last year. But I think the biggest key with him is that he comes right this time of year, the sunshine. He looked amazing today. He was relaxed, and that's the best I've seen him look for us.
Could this be the hors d'oeuvre to the Grand National dish?
I don't know. I'm delighted for Harry because that's given him a few more points over Nico in the jockeys cup. He's been doing well all season. It'll be nice to hang on to the second, so I'm thrilled for Harry. The owner's been patient. Next time, just wait for entry. Hope we get some proper spring ground.
He's big money, Harry, after all. Just as far as the Grand National is concerned, these trying conditions, which horse of yours do they suit the best?
To be honest, all of them. None of them want it too slow. I mean, Great Man's Game, Hitman, 300, 3-5, Candy Kid, all good ground horses.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 then, simple.
It's a tough old race, isn't it, as you know, but I'd rather run them all on that ground than I would on real testing ground.
Wonderful.
Thank you, Matt.
And they've got Jimmy's Destiny before that in the top of tomorrow. On the right, Molly Needham leading up the winner. Back to that wins in the close of Red Rum for Salisbury, who went off in the end at 5 to 1. Guess who came second yet again today? Dan Skelton. It was Dan Skelton. He has hit the bar a few times today, my goodness. Calico second at 10 to 1. And then Star was third. And Jumpside Ridge finished in 4th. The winner tipped up by Kevin Blake on the opening show this morning, Ollie.
It sure was. You've got to join us for the opening show. We're on every morning here at 8. Sam Quentin alongside me here in the social stable, which is getting pretty lively. What have you made of today?
Oh, it's been a gorgeous day. I think with the sun out, the atmosphere slowly bubbled, but everybody's had a real big smile on the face, and no more so than the fans of Willie Mullins. 4 Grade 1 winners. Oh my God. I think they're the ones by we're going to go up a notch, I think, tomorrow, especially with the fashion, the energy, the buzz. We've got lots to look forward to, and I know there's going to be some fantastic outfits and hats on display.
There sure will. Kick-off Ladies' Day with us on the opening show, 9:30 ITV4. I'm delighted to say that we'll be joined by trainer Ben Pauling, who's got 3 really big chances on the card. Not only that, Gavin Sheehan will be with us. We'll have Tipping Tom, the £20 challenge, which, as Ed said, gave us Tom Brewitt, a winner from Kevin Blake today. So I hope you can join us for that, 9:30 ITV4. I'll tell you what, the party's going to continue here, then it'll continue in town later, and then it'll roll on to tomorrow. Well, I'll hopefully be there. And we'll be back here tomorrow. From myself and Stab, thanks for watching. We'll see you later.
Thank you, guys. Let's reflect on day 1, which saw a fairy tale of Fox Hunters and a Willie Mullins Group 1 barrage down. 4 out of 4 is staggering, even by Willie Mullins' standards. The highlight for you?
Highlight, I'd say Lossy Mouth, because it's kind of the race we were wanting to watch. Obviously at Cheltenham it didn't happen, but it happened today. Obviously went the way of Lossy Mouth, but one thing she does do is she wears her heart on her sleeve. She gives 100%, and Willie Mullins again showing just how brilliant he is, winning with horses today that obviously ran at Cheltenham, and we've seen with a few of the horses just how hard it's been to back up obviously from there, and yeah, he showed his brilliance today as a trainer.
One of the enduring memories from Cheltenham was the oh no for Nicky Henderson. More heartbreak for them today, really. If you're Dan Skelton, what are you thinking this evening?
I think he might be putting a different sock on, maybe on a different foot, hoping that it's a different day, because I think has he had 5 seconds? Oh, he's had a lot of seconds. Yeah.
He's had a few. The good news for the Skelton family is Harry's got 500 grand in the bag.
Quite a lot of money, yeah. But he spoke unbelievably well, Harry did, after, about Willie Mullins, about setting the standards that he got, and that's what everyone else has to raise to. You can only but admire. There's the jockeys. Harry's obviously got all the money, which is what it's all about, at the end of the day.
But that's something else you'll like. You like what they're saying. They want to catch Mullins. But as soon as this was announced, this competition, he and his brother set their sights on it. They were ringing ITV and said, right, tell us what races you're showing.
Yeah,
that's winning. That's what winning's about.
I think they spoke to you one day, Mick, when the racing was abandoned somewhere to see which race ITV were going to be showing. Like, it doesn't happen by accident. These things, they're doing unbelievably well. They're improving every year, and they're setting really high standards themselves. And yeah, Willie Mullins is keeping them, but they're enjoying the challenge, and they're trying to rise to that challenge.
I think we were reminded though, Paul Nicholls, he's not to be forgotten about. We saw that with Songbrew just now.
Absolutely, the Grand National betting is taking shape at the minute. I Am Maximus, the mover on the day, with the Mullins winners. Remember, 3:15 Saturday, our build-up begins. The race off at 4 o'clock. Whatever you're doing, make sure you're with us. Stumptown. It's not like Gavin Cromwell looking to do that Gold Cup Grand National double. He's got a very strong hand. Lots more Grand National build-up to come over the next couple of days, including tomorrow, Ladies' Day here at Aintree. More really good races for us to look forward to. We go to the big fences with the pros in the Topham. The opening show tomorrow morning with the guest that Ollie talked about will be live 9:30 on ITV4, and then day 2 of the Grand National Festival. We've got an interesting start for you tomorrow on Ladies' Day, I can promise you that. And we'll hear from Harry Skelton as well, who's won the David Power Jockeys Cup. We hope you enjoyed day 1. It was the Mullins show, 4 out of 4 in the Grade 1s. The Fox Hunters threw up a lovely story. Tomorrow it's Ladies' Day. On Saturday it's the big one. Goodbye from all of us. I'm not sure it gets much better than this.
Impero Pass wins another Grade 1 at Aintree. It's Mercia, career in clear here. David Warrior, the Mullins bandwagon rolls on. Constitutional 2 again. It's Lossy Mouth who wins. It's Brackus Dimore who's wresting back the advantage. Out to the lane, Brackus Dimore. Look, it was neck and neck at one point.
Sure, on the start line. Oof, look there in the...
Paddy Power, proud sponsors of racing on ITV.
New all-electric Peugeot E5008 with up to 8 years in your care warranty.
Hiya, we're Zabel. We're Cameron Plus and all that. We also come with this, the Zabel credit card. When you link your bank account, Zabel can look beyond your credit score, so you're more likely to be accepted. Cosmic. Plus, add it to your digital wallet, and once accepted, you can use it right away. The Zabel credit card is out of this world! Check your eligibility now at Zabel.co.uk.
I love spoiling my grandkids.
I love a bit of sun.
I love treating myself with the prize I won in the Age UK Weekly Lottery.
I love the fact there's no rollovers, just 1,500 prizes every week.
I love not having to check my numbers. My prize arrived automatically.
I love the top weekly prize of £2,000 and the chance to win £25,000 4 times a year.
And I love the price, just £1 to play.
Best of all, play the Age UK Weekly Lottery and you'll help us answer calls from older people in need.
I love being here for older people when they need help and support.
It's easy to enter. Search Age UK Play or call today. You could be one of our 1,500 guaranteed winners every week.
What's not to love?
At Tyrrell's, we know how to look after our spuds. Whether they're given a cheeky chop of chives, a dash of chilli, my, that's a big one, or a pinch of peppery perfection, these lucky spuds only get the best, making them terribly, terribly tasty.
What did you do today at Tui Kids Club, little one?
Everything. First we ate pudding and I got soaked. Then we did a dance class. Then we played football and I scored a header. What did you do today?
Well...
More Kids Club activities than you think. TUI package holidays are packed differently. TUI, live happy, atoll and active protected.
Tesco finest Côte d'Ivoire dark chocolate and orange egg. Now just £6. Or our finest hot cross buns. Any 2 for £3 with your Tesco Club card. Well, that's Easter craft. Helping you celebrate Easter. Tesco, every little helps.
You have to tell us everything. You're in a whole world of trouble. You think it was murder? He's gonna kill her.
Run.
Brand new Grace starts Sunday at 8 on ITV1. Stream series 1 to 4 now on ITVX.
Now on ITV1, let's see if Bradley's team can outsmart today's quiz genius and take home the cash. In the chase.
Hello and welcome to another episode of The Answer in Bingo. 5 bingo buffs.
Live, all channels. 3, ITV1, A Chase.
These